Good evening and welcome to Anthony, New Mexico and Gadsden High School. We are just about ready for Lovington Wildcat football here on Z94 KZOR, the Z94 KZOR app, Lovington Sports YouTube, and on HobbsAmerica.com. With Dawn Morgan Fieldside, I'm TJ Miracle. Manny V in studio engineering and producing for us tonight. So coming off of the bye week, the Wildcats at 5-2 on the season, but they are 2-2 in district, and they are taking on another 5-2 squad in the Gadsden Panthers. They are also 2-2 in district. And Dawn, this game could go a long way to determining playoff seedings especially, but it could wind up determining who winds up with a bye and a home game in that first round, too.
Yeah, definitely. You know, Lovington has had such a stellar season, and, you know, even a games does not blemish and really diminish their chances here. They're looking like a winning season and being able to make playoffs, and yes, but what will take beyond that is, okay, making playoff is one thing, but what you want is a home game, your first playoff game. You don't have to travel. You want the home field advantage. And then, yeah, if you could even get a bye in the first round, not have to play a first-round game and move right into that second, then that's definitely what you want. So every point you score is important, and every win, of course, gives you that much better of a chance.
Well, it certainly does, and a very important game tonight. Lovington, after the loss and through the bye week, dropped from number 2 to number 3 in Class 5A, and Gadsden is right on their heels as they are sitting there at number 4. So this is the 3-4 battle for 5A for tonight, and this is going to be a fantastic game and should be a good one. The Lovington Wildcats need to keep the offense clicking. Of course, the heartbreaker in overtime against Mayfield back at our place, but Lovington was 600 yards total offense in that ball game. The problem is they gave up 600 yards in that ball game too, and 3 turnovers really doomed the Wildcats a couple of weeks ago.
Yeah, it was a tough game. It was, as you said, a heartbreaking loss. So close, and you know, at the end of that, it was just you just felt they left it all on the field. They worked hard, so you know there was. It's just it's what it was. It's a learning experience. You move on, and they have to worry about what's in front of them now, and what's in front the rest of the season, and it starts tonight here in Gadsden.
Well, it does. I mean, you've got the Gadsden Panthers tonight, and then next Friday night back at the Friendly Confines, we will host the Deming Wildcats, and then you and I and the Wildcats, I mean, do we get frequent mileage or something here for coming down here? Because we'll be over in Santa Teresa, also part of the Gadsden School District, but
right,
just a little bit more over towards El Paso.
Exactly.
And so we'll have that for you in 2 weeks as we get to come back here the first Friday in November, but just in a different part of the district. So this is your Stone Oilfield Services pregame show from the good folks at Stone Oilfield Service. Anything you need out in the patch, get it from the good folks at Stone Oilfield Services. Mr. Stone and his whole crew, proud supporters of Lovington Wildcat and Lady Cat Athletics. So as we look back, though, Dawn, at that game a couple of weeks ago, Matthew Prudencio had a fantastic game for the most part. He went 21 of 25, 359 yards, had 5 touchdowns in that game, 1 interception that came at the end of the first half, and so really did not affect the outcome in that game at all. Dallas Cardenas absolutely tore up the running game. He had 12 carries for 116 yards, but at the end of the day, it just was not enough. Oh, and Jaden Gutierrez with 7 catches, 101 yards, and 3 of those 5 touchdowns. So the offense can get it done. I think the key tonight for the Wildcats, they have got to figure out the defense.
And exactly right. They've got to be really consistent. And you know, Lovington has worked harder, I think, this season at conditioning and bringing players up to be able to strengthen the line, both the offensive and the defensive line, but also to try to get it to where they don't have as many two-way players, you know, playing as many minutes, you know, as they have before, and depending on those, so that they can get fresher legs and still, you know, have big boys on the line who can get the job done. So let's you know, they're definitely going to be keying in off of the defense, making those defensive stops, and a strong defense turns into, you know, kind of boosting your offense. And I think Lovington's always been a team that they have for years now really relied on the defense to kind of to get the holds and the stops and to really energize the offense.
Yeah, I think you're absolutely right on that, and we will talk more about that. We're getting ready for the presentation of the colors and the national anthem, so we will take a timeout, come back, and kick this one off. This has been your Stone Oilfield Services pregame show here on Z94 KZOR. Back with the kickoff in just a moment. And welcome back to Lovington Wildcat football here on Z94 KZOR Hobbs Lovington, the Z94 KZOR Hobbs app, the Lovington Sports YouTube channel, and on HobbsAmerica.com. I'm TJ Miracle, high above the stadium here at Gadsden High School. Dawn Morgan patrolling fieldside for us. Manny V keeping an eye and an ear and producing things back in studio as we prepare for the teams to come out of their respective tunnels. A battle of the big cats tonight. The Wildcats against the Panthers. As we get ready for the kickoff of this one, we will be looking at a kickoff time of approximately 80 degrees here in between El Paso and Las Cruces, and a little bit breezy as the flags are whipping pretty good with winds out of the south gusting up to 25 miles an hour. So what are you seeing as the conditions down there on the field, Dawn, as they get ready to do the coin toss? So, yeah, a little bit different in the order that we're doing things tonight, but that's okay.
It is pretty windy. It is a constant breeze and then gusting up, stronger at times, and it is really coming from the southwest because it's kind of blowing straight into us here as we look across from east to west. So Yeah, it's definitely breezy, and it could have an effect depending on, when a ball is thrown or if it's in the air when wind gusts come along a lot stronger. It could definitely play with the football tonight.
Well, certainly could, and Lovington being really a pass-first offense, something to be aware of, especially as you're going towards that north end zone. If it gets up, it could kind of sail on you just a little bit right there as the Panthers are out on the field. Gadsden, it's their senior night. They are wearing the home maroon tops with the gold pants and the white and gold letters and numbers, the gold helmets with the maroon Panther on the side. For Lovington, they are in the road whites, the all-white unis tonight with blue letters and numbers and, of course, cats in script in blue on the side of the helmet. For Gadsden, they are a run-first team. Was looking over the stats before we came up this morning, and, about probably 2-1 in favor of the rushing game. They're really going to have to worry about slowing down Alfredo Andrade. He is he's the stick that stirs the drink, as they say. He's already got, I want to say, like 13, nearly 1,400 rushing yards through just 7 games. So going to be, and even I can do the math on that, that's nearly 200 yards a game. And with Lovington having a little trouble stopping the rush, they're going to really have to key in on him, but they've got other backs who can carry it as well. Juan Rios, Anthony Palomares, and Kelly Stevens, who's also their backup quarterback. They can all take it too. And speaking of the quarterbacks, Adrian Munoz says when he needs to throw it and air it out, he can. He is very consistent, looks like, from the quarterbacking position. So looks like one of these that the Lovington run defense going to get tested early, Don.
Yeah, definitely. It's going to be a battle here for sure, and it's going to be interesting to see. Lovington really needs to come out of the gate smoking. Coach has said Lovington does better when they just come out hot. They come out hot. They come out wanting it. They come out hungry, and that's what they need to do tonight. Just come out of the gate hot as they can. Try to put points on the board as early as they can, and that's what really it just really feeds them.
Score early, score often is the flip of the coin. Lovington has won the toss, and they have elected to defer, so they will put the defense out on the field first tonight here as we get ready to kick this one off. So looking forward to a big night of football, and a big thanks to our great folks and our sponsors who make it possible for us to bring you these ball games here on Z94 KZOR Hobbs Lovington. And Lovington Sports YouTube, HobbsAmerica.com. Never have to charge or beg for donations because of these great folks. Bob's Thriftway, Eastern New Mexico University, Battle Energy Services, Eunice Pump and Supply, the Miko Companies, Cannon Safety, Man Welding, the Lovington Municipal Schools, Devon Energy, Stone Oilfield Services, First American Bank of Lovington, Lovington Auto Supply Napa, Master Plumbers, and the Lee County Electric Cooperative. So artificial turf here at Gadsden High School. So I think we pretty much see that just about everywhere we go. I actually can remember the last time we played on a natural surface. It was when you and I were filling in for Jowl last week during the bye week. But I don't know when the last time the Wildcats played on one. Probably Ruidoso a couple of years ago would be my guess on that. So shouldn't be any trouble with the turf. And also, while we've got a moment, I'd like to say a big thank you to the folks at the Gadsden schools. They've been very nice and very accommodating, from the athletic department to security, and we'd just like to say thanks to them for helping accommodate us here tonight. So as the Cats are out, the Panthers are out, the officials are still huddled up on the big Green Bay-esque G at the 50-yard line. So we should be about ready to start this one, I would think.
I think so. I'm not quite sure what we're waiting on here. Maybe it is 6:01 according to. So I guess we're waiting for the refs to complete what they're talking about and turn around and say they're ready and they want the teams on the field. Lovington is on the field first before Gadsden, and I can tell you there's a lot of noise, a lot of excitement. These guys seem fired up. They seem ready. They seem really vocal. I think they're ready to crush it.
Certainly hope so. Back deep to receive will be Anthony Palomares, and I will catch that number. I believe that's Alfredo Andrade back to receive. So got to keep an eye on them, and of course it will be Aranda kicking it away for the Wildcats. The Cats are defending the south goal.
I believe it's 5 and 9, yes.
So it'll be Morales
and Hernandez.
Okay, we'll go with that. You know, I have binoculars. I guess I could use them.
Or is it zero?
It is zero. It is, yeah, it's zero. It's Palomares.
Okay. He was still bent over, and like you say, it was a little hard to see.
Yeah, it is. It's 5 and 0.
5 and 0, the 0 is not a 9. Okay. Ooh, this is some cushy turf over here, I can tell you.
It does look very new.
It does. I mean, it's awesome. It's really good.
So getting ready for the start of this one here tonight. So a couple of guys back deep to receive. The Cats keeping it just close in on the junior place kicker, Caleb Aranda. So you got to hope you're fired up. There is a lot riding on this one tonight for both of these squads. So here we go as Aranda spreads them out and ready to get this one underway. The bye week is over and we are under the Friday night lights from down in southern New Mexico. As Aranda will kick that one away. It is a high end over ender, and that one will go into the end zone and out. And so that will bring it out to the 20-yard line. And Manuel, thanks for letting me know about the sound. There is nothing in the world I can do about it. Just let me know if it gets worse. So out to the 20-yard line, it'll be first down and 10. First early test for your Wildcat defense. Ball right in the middle of the field.
This is also a very long box over here, meaning that the team is allowed to go all the way from the 10-yard line to the 10-yard line. And normally they're a lot more restricted than that, so they have more freedom to wander.
Munoz from the shotgun, twins left, twins right. Fake the handoff, throw the wide receiver screen. Complete near side at the 20, then out to the 25 and the 26 before on Dallas Cardenas. And Chase Terrell bring him down. The completion made to Juan Carlos Enriquez, who's had, I think, 6 or 7 catches on the year. And they give him a good spot. They're going to give him out to the 27-yard line. It'll be a 7-yard completion. And after I say, hey, watch for him to run it, what do they do on the first play? They pass it.
Yeah.
So second down and 3. From the Panther 27-yard line, opening possession of the ball game. Split backs in the backfield this time. High snap, and that one is going to go over the head of Munoz. He is going to chase it back and just have to fall on it back at about the 7-yard line. Let's see where they put him, and for sure, as he just had to slide down and get that one. It'll go in the books as a sack. They're going to take him down to the 6, so it'll be a 21-yard sack on the quarterback. And so now it is third down and a long way to go for the Gadsden Panthers. You got to get it to the 30. They're at the 6, so that'll be 24 yards. So it'll be third down and 24 on the early miscue. Not much in the playbook for 3rd and 24.
And this close to their own end zone, you got to be thinking Lovington is smelling,
And again, you might be looking at a
safety.
little wind there too. If the center, because the wind's blowing into his face. If he gets it a little higher than he wants to, the wind, if it gusts at just the right time, could cause a little sail problem on that.
You bet. And of course, right now he's going to be throwing almost into the wind if he does throw.
Yeah, it's going to make a deep pass very difficult. They'll come out and they'll go trips to the left, a single receiver to the right. Andrade is the deep back with him. Good snap, handled it. Munoz to it, dumps it out to Andrade, gets it right at the line of scrimmage. Might get a yard, but no more than that. And then he is met by a swarm of Wildcats being led by Cameron Ochoa. It's complete. It's a pickup of 1, and it'll be 4th down and 23. It should be punt time for the Panthers.
They're spotting it just shy of that 7-yard line. Right about 6.5.
So Gutierrez back to receive the punt, and this is going to be against the wind. So a very tough road there for the Gadsden punter as a whistle sounds. I'm not sure what the official's saying. We haven't seen.
One of the refs is saying too many men on the field.
If they do that, they got to throw a flag. So
or he came and talked to one of the players, and now they're switching.
And it was. He did.
In.
Okay. So not the way the Panthers wanted their opening drive to go, but if you're Lovington, I'm not sure you could have drawn that one up any better. So it's fourth and a long way to go. Gutierrez back at his own 35-yard line, awaits the punt. Good snap. Lovington comes to it, and that one is just going to be popped up, and it'll come out of bounds and bounce at the 17, 18-yard line, and so not much of a punt there at all. And so a bad punt, just a bad offensive series, and now Lovington will be inside the red zone to start their opening possession of the ball game. A chance to draw first blood.
A great opportunity. And, man, I tell you what, the guys on the sideline are pumped. The fans who made this trip are very vocal and noisy. They blew the air horns before the game, but they have kept them silent once the game started.
From the 19-yard line, first down and 10, Wildcat football, as Matthew Prudencio will lead his troops out already inside the Gadsden red zone. So the Cats going to try and take advantage of a gift. Split backs in the backfield, Ochoa and Cardenas on the field at the same time. I like it. High snap handled. Give it to Cameron. Starts it over the right guard, and not much there, and he might not have even gotten back to the line of scrimmage. So Cameron, no gain on the play, and that'll bring up a second down and 10.
Yeah, I think they're going to give him maybe half a yard. They're going to put the nose just about right on the 9-yard line, or the 19-yard line.
So maybe a half-yard gain. It's second and a long 9 or a short 10. Split Gutierrez out by himself wide to the right, Twins to the left, split backs in the backfield once again from the 19-yard line. High snap handled. Hand it off. Cardenas on the sweep, right side. Gets it across the 15 down to about the 14-yard line before he is upended over there. It'll be a pickup of 5 for Dallas, and that'll make it third down and about 5.
That was Dan Cano who tackled him, brought him down, but he managed to stretch out and get about a good half a yard, almost a whole yard, once he was falling and on the way to the ground. So good stretch.
Yes, it was.
By Cardenas.
So now third down and 5 for the Wildcats. At about the 13-yard line, deep inside Gadsden territory. Twins left, single receiver to the right side. Now they're going to go empty set as they'll split Ochoa to the right, Dallas to the left.
Yep.
And flags fly, and so I think we're going to have a false start on Lovington. Wait and see for sure what the man in the white hat has to say. And, yep, Lovington's moving backwards, and it'll be, yep, false start on the Cats. So it'll be third down and 10 for Lovington. So moving back to the 19, about the 18-yard line, so third and 9.
We'll see if their intended play stays the same after the penalty yardage. Obviously, Prudencio is going back to throw on that, I believe, before he had let it loose. The whistle sounded.
Yeah, Twins right, single receiver left as the delayed handoff. Matthew keeps it himself. Nope, he did hand it off as it'll come to the near side with Ochoa, and he gets it all the way back down to the 10-yard line on the little bit of trickeration. It's 8 yards on the ground for Cam, but it'll still bring up a fourth down and 2. So 4th and 2. Yeah, this is go time for the Wildcats.
Oh, for sure, for sure. A couple of players did come off, and 2 others went in. I think Jaden Gutierrez went in. I didn't see who else. I think it.
So you could be looking at a lot of things here, and I have learned over the last 7 weeks, never second-guess Coach Bailey. Or maybe he listens and does, hey, TJ's saying this, so I'm going to do this. No, I have zero to do with his play call, and I know that. So they'll bring 2 tight ends into the ball game, and now they're going to bring everybody in tight. They're going to play a little big boy football as going up under center. Prudencio with it, pushes to the right, gets through the first level, gets through the second level, and down to about the 5-yard line.
Nice.
So he is going to pick up about 4 on the play on the quarterback keeper, just the big push that took him over to the right side and through first and goal.
We have seen variations on that, but this is something a little bit new, not used as often in Lovington's playbook, and it worked. So they got the yardage they need, first and goal.
From the 6-yard line, first and goal for the Wildcats. Twins right, single receiver, nobody to the left. Now they'll shift Reeves over. Now they will shift Gutierrez from the right to the left. Nope, they will hand it off. Cardenas stretches out at the goal line and is going to be just short.
Right at the 1.
Dallas will pick up 5, and so it'll be second and goal from the 1-yard line. Cats are knocking on the door. 7:18 remaining here in the first quarter. Lovington taking advantage of some early Gadsden miscues to knock on the door on their opening possession.
Yeah, take advantage of their mistakes, maybe force some of those, and then make as few of your own mistakes as possible. That's probably that's the key tonight.
So 2nd and goal from the 1. Cardenas on the left shoulder of Prudencio. Matthew calls for it. He will toss it to Reeves on the little tight end flip and around, and Kyler Reeves will put 6 on the board. Touchdown Wildcats. I hadn't even put Reeves in the rushing category. I should. He's done before. Not like that, though. A nifty little tight end pitch.
It was.
Coming left to right, and the Cats are on the board first, 6-0.
You know, I like this. It looks like in their 2 weeks off that Lovington has been working on some new plays, some things to pull out, to use in cases that maybe they haven't been successful before. This is awesome.
Yes, it is. So far, so good. You got what you wanted on the opening possession, and now an official timeout, as they're having to send Alec Olguin off to the sideline. I think maybe a little blood on the shin or something.
He's good.
They'll put Ochoa in. So Ochoa, this is not Cammon's normal role. He has held the ball before.
Making some kind of.
So waiting on it, and everybody moving and flying around. The question is it an offside or a false start? But it was a good snap, a good hold. The kick was up and would have been good, but unfortunately they blew the whistle beforehand, and it'll be offsides on the Panthers. So that'll be half the distance to the goal for the Wildcats. So 2 penalties, 6 yards. I hate to write down those 1-yarders, but it could change the dynamic here. And we've often seen Lovington, when they get it on the 1-yard line, that half the distance thing, they'll do a quick snap to Ochoa or to Olguin and just let them try and take it in for 2. And they jump again. No call this time. The snap is good. The hold is good. The kick is up, and it is through. And with 6:48 to go here in the first quarter, Lovington 7, Gadsden yet to get on the board. Wildcat football continues in a moment here on Z94 KZOR. On a tight end pitch to Kyler Reeves, the Cats strike first, a 19-yard drive on their opening possession. The point after is good, and with 7:48 remaining here in the first quarter of play, Lovington 7, Gadsden yet to get on the board, as Aranda will kick it away into the wind. I have a feeling Caleb's going to bang this one all the way through the back of the end zone. I'm TJ Miracle. Don Morgan patrols field side. Manny V back in studio engineering and producing tonight. So Panamatis and Munoz back deep to receive, as Caleb comes up on it, and Aranda will kick it away, a high end-over-ender, and that one fielded about 8 yards deep in the end zone. So a touchback. It'll come out to the 20-yard line, and that's where it'll be 1st down and 10 for the Gadsden Panthers. So a little excitement on the sideline, Dawn?
Oh, definitely. These guys, as I said, these guys were really, really pumped coming into this game. They realized the importance, and they were ready. And now this is exactly what they want to do, score early. And now, playing down on this end of the field is great. Yeah.
So now Gadsden will take over on their second possession. They'll have it at the 20-yard line, 1st down and 10. Munoz is the quarterback. Single back in the backfield with him is Andrade. Send a man in motion, and they will hand it to Andrade on the Little misdirection play, and he'll get it all the way up to about the 24-yard line. A 4-yard gain for Alfredo Andrade, his first carry of the ball game. And it'll be 2nd down and 6. But a nice job for the Cats inside, bringing him down with Landon Trevino actually leading the way, number 6.
They fixed whatever was objectionable about Alec O'Geen's uniform on the right side, his right knee. I don't understand what the problem was, but they've got it fixed. He's back in the game.
May have had a pad poking out or something.
Yeah, maybe.
So split backs in the backfield, twins to the right side this time. Another high snap. Munoz handles it, hands it to Andrade, has a little room up the middle. Kyler Reeves will hit him, and then he will fall forward and drag another couple of Cats with him as he's going to get another 4, maybe 5 yards out of that one. It'll be 5 yards for Andrade. And so that'll bring up a 3rd down and 1. Again, if you let the running game get 4 or 5 yards at a time, that is not going to be a good thing. It's going to be a long night. You've got to find a way to stop them on first contact.
Yeah, finishing tackles, targeting tackles in the right area to be able to bring them down sooner, and finishing those tackling technique, got to have it.
3rd down and 1, empty set in the backfield as it'll be a direct snap to the senior quarterback, number 10. That is Kelly Stevens, and he'll back his way across the 30 to the 32-yard line, and so Stevens will move the chains, and that'll be 1st down for the Panthers. Each team with a 1st down with 5:20 remaining here in the first quarter. So out to the 32-yard line, 1st down and 10 for Gadsden. Clock continues to move. Send 3 receivers left, a single receiver to the right this time. Munoz back in the ball game. High snap, handles it, hands it to Andrade, goes right up the gut and gets a little hole and winds up getting another about 4 or 5 yards out of it. We'll give him 5 on that. So it'll be 2nd down and call it 5. 3 carries, 14 yards for Andrade. Again, you got to remember, he is averaging somewhere in the neighborhood of 170, 180 yards a game. So gonna have to find a way to stop him and slow him down.
Yeah, he's been getting
and that also, sorry, Don, it also allows him to control the clock.
That's true. He gets about 2 or 3 extra yards with 2 and 3 players hanging off of him.
As they will. Hand it to Andrade again, and he'll bounce off a couple of tackles coming to the right side, and he will be down at the 40-yard line. So it'll be a pickup of 2 for him that time before the Cats converge. It'll be Reeves, Cardenas, and Ochoa, and initial contact, Jaden Garcia. So now it'll be 3rd down and call it about 2 as they give him 3 on the play. So it'll be 3rd down and about 2 from the 40-yard line. Gadsden on the march. 3:54 remaining here in the first quarter. Send a man in motion left to right. High snap, they will hand it off to the motion man who gets met at the line and driven backwards as they handed it to Palamadas, and nowhere for him to go. He might have gotten a half yard out of that one before the center of the Wildcat line, and especially Damian Munoz got to him, and so it'll be 4th down and a yard. They're bringing out the punt team. I can't imagine you would punt when you're averaging 3-4 yards a whack on the ground.
I tell you what, Lantern Trevino and Patrick Sanchez also did a nice job piling on and making that stop.
Andrade is the punter, so watch for the fake here to be sure, as Gutierrez will go back deep to receive. It'll be 4th down and a yard from the Panther 41. Wildcats bringing everybody up. Bad snap, Andrade gets it, and he will kick it away, and this one is a good one as it'll go into the air and then bounce and then take a Panther bounce and roll inside the 35 down to about the Wildcat 32-yard line. That's where Lovington will take over, 1st down and 10 with 2:51 remaining here in this first quarter of play. Lovington leading 7-0. The defense bent that time a little bit but did not break. So the Cats will have some room to go this time as they'll put it officially at the 31-yard line. 1st and 10 from the Cat 31. Wildcat football, you're on Z94, KZOR Lovington. Twins to the left and twins to the right. Move Cardenas over to the right shoulder. Cats are moving south to north. That is right to left. Good snap handled, good protection. Now breaks down Prudencio, near side, throws it on the crossing route to O'Geen. He's got a seam. He's to the 40, 45 to the 50, to the 45. Spins out of one across the 40 and down to the 35-yard line. Wow, that is 20, 30, 34 yards for Alec Olguin and move the chains. First down, Wildcats.
Yeah, that was Gabriel Hernandez and their number 55, Adrian Chavez, who finally brought him down.
So now the Cats go in a little bit of a hurry up. Hand it off. Cardenas is hitting the backfield, and he is going to be dropped. He might have gotten back to the line, but I don't think so. And so it'll be a loss of 1 for Dallas. And it'll be second down and 12 as they go loss of 2. As the left side of that Panther line just stomped down on him. I think maybe they saw that on some film.
Yeah, probably maybe last game.
Maybe 2 minutes remaining here in the first quarter. Lovington up 7-0, their second offensive possession. Twins left, Twins right. Cardenas in the backfield. Good snap. Matthew with it. Looks, fires, goes right side, and sliding in on it is Gutierrez. And he catches it, and it's good for about 5 yards to Jaden. And it'll be third down and 7. Make it third and 8 now for the Wildcats. So third and 8 for the Wildcats.
Prudencio looking to the sidelines for the play. And a very important one. The coach is turning around, trying to get the crowd back into this on this third down.
You do have some options here at third down and 8. Coach Josh Bailey has got a very deep playbook, I know. So he's going to come out. He's just going to send Gutierrez by himself out wide to the right. They're going to bunch everybody in tight on the left. Gadsden comes up, shows blitz. Now they're going to split Cardenas out on the near side. Back to pass Prudencio. Good protection. Matthew looks, fires, wants a man. Got Rivero down inside the 10 at about the 7-yard line. Make it, the 7-yard line and move the chains. First down, Lovington.
Wow.
There is 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 33 yards to Elijah Rivero, and first and goal, Lovington.
Yeah, that throw was just right on the money, but what a nice catch. He really had to come back on it just a little bit and kind of reach around, kind of turn around just a little bit at an angle to be able to catch it and keep it. He was getting pretty good coverage on him downfield as well.
First and goal from the 7. Wildcats knocking on the door once again, leading 7-0. The deep back is Ochoa. Hand it to Kamen, and had a hole right where he was going, but decided to try to bounce it left, and there was no hole there. It'll be a 2-yard pickup for Cam, and so that'll bring up a second down and goal from the 5.
Yeah, I think Ricardo Cervantes was right there when he tried to cut back and get through that.
I think maybe just a little bit of a misread there for Cam. He's still playing his way back into shape. Of course, he missed the first part of the season.
Right,
so
out with injury.
Trips to the right, single receiver to the left, put a man in motion. Second and goal from the 5. Motion man is Kyler Reeves. He'll settle in on the left side, tight end position. High snap, fake the handoff to Cam, go to the end zone to Rivero, and 6 on the board. Touchdown Wildcats, slam that one in to Elijah Rivero from 5 out, and the Cats have their second score of the first quarter.
That was a really nice fake, too, a little pump fake, and a sliding catch that he needs to trademark that. That's amazing.
He has made 5 or 6 of those this season, and a couple of them almost on that drive. So now the point after to come is Aranda will kick it out of the hold of Alec Olguin. As we wait on it, and they're going to jump the gun again on that one, so offsides on Gadsden. Double check and get confirmation from the Whitecap on that.
Yeah.
Not that it's going to matter. Aranda's got the leg to kick it, even if it's on us, but.
Yeah, illegal motion. False start.
Well, they're going to call it on us, so false start on Lovington.
And they drew. I guess
Which
I saw their number 12, but I guess they're going to say Lovington jumped first.
Yeah, I guess they're going to say he was drawn. So 5-yard penalty on the Wildcats, their second penalty of the evening. So that'll move them back 5 yards. So it'll turn it into a 20-yard exercise, about a 24-yard exercise, 25 yards, as he'll set it down at the 15. So it'll be like the equivalent of a 25-yard field goal. Caleb's certainly plenty of leg for that. As Alec waits the snap, high snap, he gets it down. The kick is up and slices through the evening air and through the uprights good. And with 12 seconds remaining in the first quarter, Lovington 14, Gadsden yet to get on the board. Wildcat football continues in a moment on Z94 KZOR. The Wildcats take it 67 yards down the field and cap it off. A 5-yard touchdown from Matthew Prudencio to Elijah Rivero. The point after is good. And with 12 seconds to go here in the first quarter, Lovington up on the Panthers of Gadsden 14-0. 3-4 battle tonight. The Cats right now in the Max Preps matrix number 3. The Gadsden Panthers in the matrix number 4. As Aranda will kick it away and whistle sound, as generally that's going to mean one of the gunners for Lovington probably jumped the gun a little bit there. So where is the white cap? As they'll toss the ball back down. Well, he's way back in the back. I guess maybe they're going to say he didn't. Nope, false start on Lovington. So, yep, somebody jumped the gun for the Wildcats. Their third penalty for 15 yards. And so it'll be a redo, so we will move it back to the 35. Caleb still with more than enough leg to get it through. He might want to wait until the wind gusts a little bit. The flags look like they're not moving quite as rapidly as they were earlier, Dawn.
Yeah, the gusts are not as strong as they were. There's a little system that blocked the sun from us in the west, thank goodness, as the sun was going down. A cloud system behind you, you can't see it, that's probably dropping some rain about maybe 60, 70, 80 miles away to the west, and that's where some of this wind is coming from. It's passing to the north, so it's maybe our wind is on the verge of calming down for the evening.
So maybe a storm out by Deming.
Could be.
That would be about the right distance. So Caleb going to come on it again and fire away. High end over ender. This one is not going to make it to the end zone. It'll be fielded and brought out. That's Munoz. He's across the 20, 25, and out to the 28-yard line before Lovington will smack him and bring him down as Landon Trevino. He's been all over the place tonight, and Romero Gonzalez, the senior gunner, bring him down. So it'll be 1st and 10 from the Panther 29-yard line. 5 seconds to go here in the first quarter. This will, I would bet, be the last play of the first quarter, as Gadsden would like to get something going in their favor going into the second. As Munoz will lead his troops out, as Andrade is the lone back with him. Twins to the left, twins to the right from the near side hash mark. As Munoz waits the snap, Lovington bringing pressure, back to pass. Munoz wants it all, comes down the left side and overthrows his intended target, incomplete, as time elapses on the first quarter. So we will flip ends of the field. The Wildcats leading the Panthers tonight in this top 5 New Mexico 5A battle. It's 14-0, Lovington in the lead. We're back in 1 minute on Z94 KZOR. Back here in Anthony, New Mexico at Gadsden High School for the start of the second quarter. It'll be second down and 10 for the Gadsden Panthers. Lovington leading 14-0. I'm TJ Miracle. High above Panther Stadium, Dawn Morgan patrolling field side. Manny V in studio engineering and producing. So on second down and 10, Munoz sends a man in motion from the right to the left. And he will hand it off to Andrade, and nobody biting on that one. Lovington doing a nice job on the line, staying at home. Initial contact by Valente Herrera, and then also in on that stop, Jose Juarez, as the big boys up front did what they needed to do there, and they will hold Andrade to just a 1-yard gain. So now it'll be third down and 9 for the Panthers. Good job by the Wildcat D. And now they're going to put trips receivers to the left, single receiver to the right. Gadsden is playing with the wind at their back now here in the second quarter. Munoz waits on it. Lovington cheats up a little bit. Munoz, good pressure now. He's going to be flushed. Comes to the right side. He tucks it and dives forward across the 40 to the 41-yard line before Kyler Reeves and Patrick Sanchez team up to bring him down. It's a 10-yard gain, though, on the quarterback keeper, and so it'll be a first down for the Panthers. So the Wildcats lost contain, and Munoz makes them pay. He is the third leading rusher on the team. So it'll move it out to the 40-yard line. First down and 10 for Gadsden. 11-10 remaining here in the first half. Now Gadsden trying to get one of these two scores back. Split backs in the backfield this time with Munoz. He'll handle it, hand it to Andrade, comes near side, is met at the line of scrimmage, and then Cam Ochoa just works him out after a 2-yard gain. Second down and 8. Good job by Ochoa to stay home and to notice that Andrade was getting close to the sideline and just pushing him out, not letting him cut it back and going back upfield. Well, they give him the 43, so a 3-yard gain officially. And so it'll bring up a second down and 7. Split backs in the backfield once again for the Panthers. And fake the handoff. Munoz rolls right, tosses, and knocked down by Kyler Reeves as he tried to jump the route. He was trying to get Andrade leaking out of the backfield. Reeves recognized it, swatted it down, and it'll be incomplete. And so now it'll be third down and 7.
Yeah, good work. Was for him, and he never had a chance for the INT. He just was trying to swat it, keep it from being a complete pass, and he did that.
And just a quick note, thanks for watching on the YouTube channel and HobbsAmerica.com. I have to take full responsibility for any goof-ups on the camera tonight. I am up in the booth solo, so we appreciate the video permissioning. So on the snap, Munoz with it. Lovington breaks through, dumping it underneath. Wide open man across the 50, down the sideline, 45, and into Wildcat territory as they dump that one off to number 15, Zach Minajades. And so he'll take that one. That is 7-17. 7-17. That is 24 yards to Minajades, and it'll be a Panther first down.
Looks like coverage broke down in that, and also he had a lot of time to throw that ball. So the Panther offensive line was doing a good job of protection.
Twins left, twins to the right. Panthers inside Wildcat territory. Handed off on the end around to Palomares, and he'll get across the 35 down to the 33-yard line. It'll be a pickup of 3 for Palomares on his second carry of the evening. Second down and 7.
Caught from behind. A nice job by Alex Rivera on the line for Lovington there. He wasn't alone in that stop, but a good job. He was among it.
So now a second down and 7. Panthers on the march, but the Wildcats lead by 2 scores, 14-0. Trips left, single receiver to the right. Hand it off. Nope, fake the handoff to Rios. Now they will dump it to Munoz, and Lovington gets him as he crosses the 30 down to about the 27-yard line. It'll be a pickup of, we'll call it 5. Going to be close to the first down. We'll call it a pickup of 5 as he dumps that one off to Morales.
Yeah, he did something clever there. The ref didn't bite on it. As he was getting up, he moved the ball forward, trying to get 2 more yards out of it, and left it, kind of got up quickly and left it. The ref took it right back, moved it 2 yards back.
So it'll be third down and about 1.5 yards. Single back in the backfield with Andrade. He will hand it off, and right up the middle is Rios, who just bowls his way through down to the 20-yard line. It'll be a 7-yard gain for Rios and another first down for the Gadsden Panthers. And also just a quick note, if you're seeing a little glare on the screen, we are behind closed and sealed windows, but it's not too bad. So just a quick note on that.
So move the chains. Another first down.
And now Gadsden inside the Wildcat red zone.
Yep.
Twins to the left, single receiver to the right, split backs in the backfield with Andrade from the shotgun. Good snap. He will keep it himself. He'll come to the left side, has some room, a little stutter step at the 10, and inside and knocks a Wildcat defender off at the 1-yard line. It's 19 yards on the quarterback keeper, and it'll be first and goal for the Gadsden Panthers.
And now we're seeing why Gadsden, is ranked 4th just behind Lovington. They're a good team.
Yes, they are. And
But
this is a team that slugged it out with Mayfield 29-27 in overtime. So
Lovington's better, and we have the faith, and they have faith over fear.
First and goal from the 1-yard line. Make it the 2 officially. Munoz with split backs to either side of him. Waits on the snap. Gets it high, snap. Hands it to Andrade. He'll go over right guard and be stopped, or
I think they're going to say just short, but I think they're going to let them all get up and look. I think he's short. I think he's about at the maybe the half-yard line.
And
he's going to about 1. They're going to put it on the 1-yard line.
So it'll be second and goal from the 1 as one of the Gadsden Panthers, number 66, Sergio Mendoza, throws his hands in the air on the near side. So it'll be second and goal from the 1, 7:57 to go first half. Lovington up by a couple of scores, but Gadsden trying to get one of them back here. And on the quarterback keeper, Munoz, he'll just take it right over center and into the end zone. No question about that one, as Adrian Munoz will put it through and into the end zone, and the Panthers will try and cut the Wildcat lead in half. When you've got a good running game and they only need a yard, there's not much you can do about it. So the point after coming from Don Cano, number 12. And Lovington going to bring everything in the kitchen sink and maybe the bus tires that are out in the parking lot. High snap, gets it down, and that one is going to be partially blocked, but does it make it through?
Nope,
it does. How did that sneak through?
Yeah.
Somehow it does, and so with 7:45 remaining here in the first half of play, it's Lovington 14, Gadsden 7. Wildcat football continues in 1 minute on Z94 KZOR. Back here in Gadsden at Gadsden High School, I'm TJ Miracle. The Panthers take about a 70-yard drive and punch it in on a 1-yard keeper for Adrian Munoz. The point after partially blocked, but somehow still sneaks inside the upright. It's been a week of, if you do this long enough, you see everything, and I've never seen one partially blocked that still went through until tonight, not that I remember.
It kind of just got brushed by fingertips. There wasn't a full hand, that otherwise it would have wobbled more.
And now Kano up to boot it away, and he will send this one high into the night sky and out of the back of the end zone. So bring it out to the 20 for the Wildcats, where they will take over first down and 10. 7:45 remaining here in the first half. Lovington would love nothing more, and I think really needs nothing more than to go ahead and just answer that score right here. And if you can take a little time off the clock, too, that's an added bonus, but you've got to get the score back here.
Yeah, nothing would spark them up like a nice.
Somebody sparked up behind you. My goodness, you could probably hear them all the way back in Lee County.
That is Daniel Woods, and Daniel's a junior, and he's got a radio voice, let's put it that way. Needs no microphone.
He does not. Trips to the right, single receiver to the left, and keeping it himself.
Prudencio
Prudencio rolling left side. He looks, dumps it, and is it complete? Nope, it'll be incomplete, and I think that's probably a good thing there. So incomplete, just a quick note, that is the first incompletion for Prudencio on the night, 2nd down and 10. The little play action delay thing, yeah, I'm not sure that works too good sometimes.
Yeah, the Panthers just came through the line like it was water and keyed right in on Prudencio and just gave chase.
And so it'll be a 2nd down and 10. Wildcats at the Lovington 20. 7:36 to go, first half. Single receiver to the left, bunch everybody else in tight to the right, single back in the backfield. Now they'll move everybody around. They'll move Olguin over to the other side, and they will split Gutierrez wide to the right. High snap, and everybody was kind of scrambling as whistles sound. And a flag down. Probably because everybody on both sides was moving. I'm going to guess false start on Lovington.
Yeah, I think they're going to say.
There are too many men moving at once.
Yeah.
Illegal shift. I mean, there's a lot of things it could be. You got to be careful.
Ref's going to come talk to head coach Josh Bailey, and Josh just nods like, okay, yeah, all right.
Yeah, and it'll be offsides on the Wildcats. Normally don't see an offensive offsides, but you got it that time. Their 4th penalty for 20 yards, and so now it'll be 2nd down and 15. Cats stuck on their own 15-yard line. Now, we've seen this season kind of untimely penalties derail some potentially good drives for the Wildcats. Let's see if they can get it back here. Twins left, single receiver to the right. Waiting on it is Prudencio. Matthew back to pass, looking, tossing, wants it all up the seam to Gutierrez and lays out and in and out of his hands, had it on the fingertips and incomplete. He had a step on his defender coming down the backside, but was not able to hold on to it as Rodriguez. He managed to get behind him, incomplete, and now it'll be 3rd down and 15. I like that you took the shot there.
Sure, and it almost worked.
Almost.
About the length of the fingers for him to be able to get the hand on it.
He got the hand on it.
Well,
but
it wasn't. It wasn't. It
was right here in front of me, but not enough to haul him in.
Exactly, not enough to really. Like I say, the length of the fingers to close around the ball to get it, keep it.
Put a little extra stickum on the end of those fingertips.
Something.
I know that's illegal now. Twins left, Twins to the right on 3rd down and 15. Fake the handoff, throw the screen to Gutierrez. He gets a block. He's across the seam, and a good coverage and good hit from behind as he gets it out to the 24-yard line. It'll be a 9-yard completion to Jaden. Could have been a lot more if not for a good play on the inside by Gabriel Hernandez. But it'll be complete, but it'll be a 4th down and about, we'll call it 4th and 6. So the Cats are going to send the punt team out with 6:53 to go here in the first half.
Well, Prudencio's back.
Well, they're showing they're going to go for it. Prudencio can quick kick it.
Yeah.
If something doesn't develop quickly. And he will just take it, and he will just kick it himself. That one going to be fielded at the 45. Gets a block. That's Munoz, and then dragged down finally at midfield, as I thought he was dead to rights over there when contact was made by Joaquin Vasquez, but he somehow managed to stay up and bounce off of Vasquez. But then the rest of the Cats came over and cleaned it up, but it'll be 1st down and 10 from the 50 for the Panthers.
And, the Wildcats still up by 7 on the board. They've got, if the defense can make a stop or even force a turnover here, since they're midfield, this would be the time. And
Manuel, if you would just do a quick note to Tiff and Evie, there is no Tatum game today. There was a scheduling conflict with Ava and with Connor, so no Tatum game today. Please let Tiff and Evie know. And if you are tuning in looking for Tatum, not able to go to Mescalero tonight as whistles sound and flags fly. And I think we've got too many men moving on Gadsden this time. And it will be false start on Gadsden. So that'll move them back to their own 45-yard line. Their third penalty for 21 yards. So 1st and 15 for them. So move them back to the Panther 45. 1st and 15. Lovington leading this one 14-7. 6:27 to go first half. Cats need a defensive stand here. Don Morgan field side, I'm TJ Miracle. As waiting on it, new quarterback in the ball game. Handed off as Munoz coming around the near side. Stiff arms a man at midfield and then is going to be run out as the stiff arm into the mug of Chase Terrell. We're finally run out by Alec Olguin. But the gain made by number 5, that is Morales. So 2nd down and just shy of getting it all back. So 4-yard pickup, 2nd down and 11 now for Gadsden. Again, when you're Lovington and you make initial contact and hold on, you've got to bring them down on that run. So now 2nd down and 11, under 6 to play first half. Lovington cheats up a little, back to pass. Zandrade back in as whistles sound and flags fly. We got guys going after each other. As Sanchez battling on the ground there with number 52, Luis Loya. And we're going to have false start on Gadsden again. So it'll go from 2nd down and 11 to 2nd and 16. Their 4th penalty of the first half. So that moves them back inside the 40 to the 39-yard line, or rather to the 44-yard line. I was trying to make it 5 more yards than it was. So now it'll be 2nd down and 16 for the Panthers. Munoz is the quarterback, back to pass, rolls to the right, looking downfield. Now he's going to just tuck it, flip it out, and into coverage, and somehow that is going to be completed at the 20-yard line.
Wow.
And, yep, they're going to, and they just messed it up because you're going to have an excessive celebration penalty.
Yeah, that was Steven Morales on the catch.
So that's 36 yards on the completion to Morales.
And I do not know how he was able to find the football against good, clean coverage. I mean, he had 2.
But yeah, you're gonna have an unsportsmanlike conduct penalty because when he got up, he flipped the ball and then jumped up and down and waved and gestured, and they'll get you for unsportsmanlike conduct for that every single time. And so it'll be personal foul, unsportsmanlike conduct on Gadsden, and so yeah, it'll go in the books as a 36-yard completion. But instead of being at the 20-yard line, they're going to be back at the 45, or about the 35, 15-yarder.
Oh, and
the Bluebirds are out.
Yeah, Gadsden.
It'll still be a Gadsden first down. They're 6th of the ball game. So now move them back to the 34, make it the 33-yard line, but the Panthers moving. 36-yard completion, then they lost 15 of it on the unsportsmanlike conduct penalty as they get the chain gang moved up. 5:05 to go, first half. Lovington with a 7-point lead, but Gadsden on the move. Split backs in the backfield this time for Munoz. Sends one receiver left and one to the right. Munoz grabs it, hands it, flips it, near side. Rios hit in the backfield. Ball is loose. Cats have it. Cats have it. Chase Terrell falls on the ball as it was stripped away from Rios, and the Cats will fall on it, force the first turnover of the game, and the Wildcats will stop the Panther momentum and get the football back. Alec Olguin knocked it away, and then Chase Terrell fell on it, and it winds up in Alec's hands somehow.
There is a flag on the field.
There's a flag and there's a discussion.
I was waiting to be able to break into your celebration. I was going to tell you, I don't know. It could be premature, but the flag will mean something.
So flag on the radio booth here potentially. Now, let's see. It may have been something after the play, the way they're talking. And let's see what they're going to signal here. And it'll be still waiting. It looked like he was getting ready to signal personal foul on Lovington. And it'll be first down for Gadsden, so it will wipe off the turnover and keep the Gadsden drive alive. And that is a 15-yarder, and it'll be a Gadsden first down, their 7th of the first half. That was a bad penalty. Unnecessary roughness penalty on the Cats. And that puts Gadsden inside the 20 at the 17-yard line with 4:54 to go here in the first half. What would have been a momentum killer now is going to put the wind back in the Panthers' sail after Lovington has the unnecessary roughness penalty. And some questions by Coach Bailey as to where that spot should be. I think he's going to argue it should be from the previous spot. Either that or he's arguing it should be his football because the penalty came after the play, after the fumble recovery. So
I don't know about that. I heard the whistle sound about the time the football was loose. The whistle from the ref who threw the flag was whistling about the time the football was loose and before it was fallen on. I think that's how I saw it and heard it. Going back on video may prove otherwise.
Right. Well, I mean, I can't hear the whistle in the sealed booth, so I'm relying on you, and I would bet you are right. Your sense of timing is generally very good. Is now the head official going to come over and he wants to. He's going to come over and he is going to talk to the rest of his crew. So while we have a moment, big thanks to our friends at the Lee County Electric Cooperative, Master Plumbers, Lovington Auto Supply Napa, the Miko Companies, First American Bank of Lovington, Stonewall Field Services, Devon Energy, the Lovington Schools, Man Welding, Cannon Safety, Eunice Pump and Supply, Battle Energy, Eastern New Mexico University, and Bob Swiftway for making Wildcat football possible. And just a quick note again, the glare on the camera is closed windows here in the booth, so just going through it as well as we can. Doesn't look too bad from mine, but I've got a little 2-inch screen I'm looking at.
The refs are all conferring. Don't get me wrong, I don't want to be right about this. I want for Lovington, the INT to stand and for Lovington to have the ball, even if they get a penalty, on their first.
Yeah, even if it moves them back 15 yards.
On possession, I sure hope that the call is that it's Lovington's ball. But I got to say, that's how I saw it and heard it. But I could be wrong, and I hope I am.
And it looks like that's what the officials are going to say as Coach Bezo came out, and he was wanting an explanation. So they're going to keep it on the Panthers side of things, so the Panthers will have it first down and 10 from their own 17 inside the Wildcat red zone. They will toss that one to Palamadas coming around. He's inside the 15, drags a couple of Cats with him to about the 13-yard line. It'll be a pickup of 6 for Palamadas on the end around, and it'll be second down and 4. Again, the Wildcat run defense. So now Adrian Munoz checks out. Kelly Stevens will check in. Their second quarterback.
So some bad breaks going Lovington's way here after they came in on fire, put up 2 scores on the board, and things have sort of leveled out a little bit.
Twins left, Twins to the right. Stevens is the quarterback, and he will just take it himself. A little hesitation step, jumps it to the left side, and he will be run out of bounds at about the 7-yard line.
Flag again.
So another flag, and when you get somebody, when a quarterback rolls like that on a keeper, probably a hold, I would think. Yeah. Waiting on the official call, but Gadsden knows it's on them. It'll wipe out a Gadsden first down, and it will be holding on the Panthers, so wipe out the gain and move them back 10 yards. That'll be their 5th penalty of the half for 50 yards, 51 officially. And so move them back, and it'll be second down and 16. Under 4 minutes to play here in the first half. Moves them back to the 24-yard line, still deep inside Wildcat territory. So second and call at 16. They need to get inside the 10. As Munoz back in at the quarterback position. Andrade is his running back. Back to pass. Pump fake right. Comes back to the right. He'll just tuck it, take it himself. Lovington lost contain. He heads for the sideline, and he will step out right at the first down marker, as you've got to put a spy on a mobile quarterback. They did not, and it'll be 17 yards for Munoz, and it'll be 1st and goal for Gadsden.
Yeah, he certainly moved me out of the way for sure. Saw him coming, and yeah, he got exactly what he needed. He was looking down. When he crossed, he was just 2 feet away from me.
So it'll be 1st and goal from the 7-yard line. The Panthers trying to knot this one up here late in the first half. Trips to the left, single receiver to the right. Munoz waits on it, hands it off. Andrade, he'll take it over right tackle inside the 5 and goes all the way through and breaks through the tackles. And is he going to be in the end zone? The near side judge says he is. It'll be 7 yards for Alfredo Andrade into the end zone for the Gadsden touchdown.
He got stopped. However, as he was going down, he reached both hands out with the football in him and placed the ball just about half a yard inside the end zone.
Got to know what your body positioning is, and he certainly did that time. So Cano on to attempt the extra point, and that's a bad snap. It'll roll back. Cano is going to be crunched as he hits it. The ball is loose. Lovington bats it around, but you can't pick those up and rumble with them anymore. We've seen over the years Lovington would do that and take it back, and it would be a good for 2 points for Lovington. You can't do that anymore. As soon as it's like that, it's a dead ball now. So the Lovington defense and special teams on another bad snap keeps the lead in this one. 3:21 remaining first half. Lovington 14, Gadsden 13. Back in 30 seconds on Z94 KZOR Hobbs Lovington. The Gadsden Panthers take advantage of a couple of Lovington miscues on the penalty side of things, and then will punch it into the end zone, a 50-yard drive that takes about 6 minutes off the clock, and then the point after is no good as that one goes and bounces through the end zone. It'll be a touchback and back to the 20. That's where the Wildcats will have it, 1st down and 10. With Don Morgan Fieldside, I'm TJ Miracle Manny V in studio engineering and producing. So the Cats with all 3 timeouts, and they will have the ball to start the second half. You got to find a way to score, I'm thinking here, Dawn.
Yeah, you do, and they can do it. They've got the time. They've got the timeouts, as you pointed out, and they've done this before. So the danger is doing it too quickly, and then you leave too much time for Gadsden to come back and answer, and let them take momentum into half, and they don't want to do that. But incumbent, got to score. It was nice. That point that they stopped could end up being a crucial thing for Lovington.
It'll be a direct snap to Cardenas. He'll take it on the left side. He's across the 20 to the 21, and then the ball comes out, and I think the Panthers have got it back. As Cardenas trying to push the ball out, and it got swatted out, and the Gadsden Panthers, I think, are going to have the football as they are unsorting it. Gadsden's pointing their way, and yep, the Panthers will have the first turnover of the ball game. Where's the early whistle on us? But so it'll be a 1-yard gain and then a fumble for Cardenas, and the Panthers have the ball back, and as it bounced around, it actually goes inside the 20 down to the 17-yard line. I think we just saw this script, Dawn, as the recovery made, and some very happy Panthers on this near side recovery by Zach Minahadis. And so they are at the 17-yard line. Deja vu all over again, under 3 minutes to play, and now Gadsden with an opportunity to go up on the Wildcats if the wheels have come off here in the second quarter.
Yeah, they've got to get it back. Defense can get it back.
No, Munoz out with Andrade on his left shoulder. Twins to the left, twins to the right. Hand it off. Andrade goes right side. He is inside the 15 and down. Fighting continues to fight forward. Going to be near the 10. They're going to say his knee went down at the 12. So it'll be a pickup of 5 for Andrade. 9 carries, 34 yards for Alfredo Andrade, and it'll be 2nd down and 5.
Got to have a defensive stop or a turnover right here.
Yes, you do. 2.5 to play here in the half. Twins left and twins to the right. And Andrade in the backfield with Munoz. Munoz with it. 3-step drop. Pressure comes. Lets it fly. Goes left side. Wants it all and overthrows his intended target. Was trying to get, that was Morales coming down the near side and over his head. Incomplete.
That was excellent pressure put on by Kyler Reeves.
So now it'll be 3rd down and 5 with the incompletion. Stops the clock. Ball at the 12-yard line. Gadsden's really not thinking about that 5 yards. Well, they are, but they're thinking end zone here. So on a 3rd down and 5, split backs in the backfield. Single receiver to the left. Hand it off. Andrade comes near side. He is going to be inside the 10 down to the 9-yard line. Going to be just a little bit short of the 1st down.
Tripped up by Landon Trevino.
3 yards on that one. Good job by Trevino. And so it'll be 4th down and 2. And yeah, they're going to go for it here. I don't think there's any question at all about that, as Munoz will bring the play in from the sideline. We click down to 2 minutes to go here in the first half. Gadsden trying to take advantage of the first turnover from the ball game. And punch their way ahead in this one. Split backs in the backfield on 4th down and 2. And the hard
Lovington
count,
jumped.
and Lovington jumped as Patrick Sanchez trying to jump the count unless he was drawn. And Lovington backing up like he thinks they were not. They're going to talk about it. The tight end on this near side may have flinched, but I'm pretty sure they're going to call it on Lovington. It'll be offsides on the Wildcats, and another poorly timed penalty on Lovington.
Munoz comes off the line, and they send Valente Herrera back in.
And so it'll be 1st and goal now for the Panthers with 1:42 remaining here in the half. As the Wildcats' woes continue. Now twins left, single receiver to the right, direct snap. That'll be to Stevens, and he is going to be hit at the line, actually behind the line, and he's going to lose a couple of yards on the play. And so Stevens going to lose a couple, and it'll be 2nd and goal from back at the 7-yard line. And a timeout taken with 1:20 remaining in the half. We will just keep it right here. Of course, remind you, our Lovington Auto Supply Napa Know-How halftime show coming up in 1 minute, 20 seconds of clock time. Before we do that, we will, of course, have your Bob's Thriftway Coaches conversation as a 14-13 score. Lovington leading Gadsden. Lovington scored quickly and looking like it was pretty easy on their first 2 possessions, but Gadsden has tightened down, and Lovington, in loosening up, has sometimes made just some silly mistakes.
They have.
But the defense did a good job that time, stopping Kelly Stevens. So now it'll be 2nd and goal from the 7-yard line. Gadsden knocking on the door, trying to take advantage of the Wildcat turnover. Andrade on the left shoulder. High snap handed to Andrade. Huge hole up the middle, and whistles sound before he goes in, and we had movement on the line. And they're backing the coach off. The coach is not a happy man. Fizo is out there. He is barking at the head official.
And the movement was over there on the left side of the
false start on the Panthers. So their 6th penalty, 55 yards basically.
Yeah, the movement was over there on the left side, just right in front of the coach over there and right in front of their.
So that'll move them back. It'll be
sideline.
2nd down and goal from the 12. And they're asking us to, I think we'll put 1:20 back on the clock. So, yep, they will reset the clock. 1:20. Trips to the right, single receiver to the left. 2nd and goal from the 12-yard line after the Panther penalty. Wildcats trying to hold here. Hand it off. Andrade, nope, it'll be a keeper. And getting away from one is Munoz, but he is spun down at the 10-yard line. As again, coming through and wrapping up is Chase Terrell. It's a pickup of 2 as they try the mixed direction play with Munoz. And another timeout by the Gadsden Panthers with 1:04 remaining here in the half. We'll just tell you what, we will take a 30-seconder right here. Back in 30 seconds, Panthers on the march. The Wildcat defense trying to hold 30 seconds and back. More Lovington football on KZOR. And welcome back to Lovington Wildcat football here on Z94 KZOR. Gadsden has it 3rd and goal from the 10-yard line. 1:07 remaining in the first half as they try and punch it in. They've used 2 timeouts. Lovington D trying to hold again. Fake it to Andrade, coming near side. A wide open receiver has it and into the end zone as Zach Minahadas from 10 yards out. And the Panthers will take the lead on the first passing touchdown of the game for Adrian Munoz as they left Munoz Minaharas wide open. He is their number 2 receiver, but he was wide open. There wasn't a cat within 10 yards of him.
No, and
he punched it in.
It was a good fake that a lot of the
linebackers bid on it.
Yeah, they bid on it, and that helped leave Minahadas open over there. He did. And
you've got to think they're going to go for 2 here to try and make this a 7-point lead after the botched extra point last time. And, yep, they are going to keep the offense out there. And so Munoz and Andrade going to try and get this to a 7-point lead. Lovington D going to do everything they can to keep that from happening. Lovington D has everybody on. You don't want to jump. Send a man in motion. That's Munoz. High snap. Munoz guns it and knocked away at the last second. As, again, Chase Terrell, who is making a pretty good case for being the defensive player of the game, knocks it away. And so with 1:01 remaining here in the first half, Lovington, who has led since basically the opening gun, now trails by 5, 19-14. Of course, don't forget, we've got your Bob's Thriftway Coaches Conversation going into the half. And then, of course, we will have your Lovington Auto Supply Napa Know-How halftime show. Manny V back in studio. One Radio Square, engineering and producing tonight. Evie Stuber keeping an eye and an ear on things. I'm TJ Miracle, high above the stadium here at Gadsden. Don Morgan patrolling field side.
Some of the Lovington faithful over there giving some advice to Lovington. Keep your heads up, go hit somebody.
That's pretty good advice. When all else fails, that's pretty good advice. Yeah. Just don't go helmet to helmet. Yeah. That's 15 yards on the bad side.
Saying, don't turn your back. Heads up, go hit somebody. I like that. Here we go, Cats.
So Kano will kick it away with 1:01 remaining here in the first half. Of course, Lovington will have the ball to start the second half. Time to see if they can get the track meet offense back out there. We know it's there. Just need to see it as this one is going to be kicked a little bit short. Coming up and fielding it at the 10 is Gutierrez. Cross to the 15 to the 20, going for the sideline. 25 to the 30, cuts it back to the 35, steps out of a tackle to the 40, coming near side to the 45, to the 50, to the 40, and finally going to be pushed out at the 35-yard line. Jaden Gutierrez lights the spark. Now the question is, will it catch the wick and explode the dynamite? 1st and 10 for the Wildcats at the Panther 36-yard line.
Almost exactly where I had come over here and stood. I just happened to be standing right about 36, 37-yard line here. As
move 10 yards further down next time.
I think I'm going to move to the end zone now.
Go to the end zone.
I think so.
And throw the ball to Dawn. There you go. I'm kidding, Coach Bailey. You are the guy. That's why I sit up here. Twins to the right, twins to the left. They're going to move Ochoa over onto the left shoulder of Matthew as Prudencio back to pass. Good protection. Now it breaks down. He's going to be forced out. Rolls to the left. Backside pressure coming. He's going to tuck it, take it himself. He's across the 30, and he will step out after an 8-yard gain. As Prudencio steps out, it'll be a second down and about 2. 39 seconds remaining.
Which is nice. He was headed to the end zone. They don't have to wait the time. That stop the clock.
Yeah, it does when you step out. So second down and call it 3 for the Wildcats. They are inside the 30 at the 29-yard line, trailing by 5, trying to get the score back. Of course, you could have a 2-score flip here if Lovington can score late and then get the ball and score first possession of the second half. Right now, you just got to think about getting back to the lead. Twins left, twins to the right. High snap, delayed handoff, and nowhere for Cameron Ochoa to go, and he is swarmed under back at the 30-yard line, and Lovington is going to have to take a timeout now.
And it is.
And so the Wildcats will take the timeout with exactly 30 seconds to go here, and a third down. You've got to go to the air here. I don't think you can keep it on the ground.
No. Yeah, you've got to throw. 30 seconds left and out on the
and your run game tonight has produced, let me do the quick math, which is always dangerous, has 21 rushing yards tonight. So, yeah.
They've had almost no success or luck with that running game. So, yeah.
No, Cardenas 4 carries for 10 yards. Prudencio is actually the leading rusher right now, 2 keepers for 12 yards. And Cam Ochoa 4 carries for 9 yards. So, your running backs combined have 8 carries for 18 yards. You might ought to, and you've got a third down and 3. So you've just got to put the ball in the air. That's my opinion. But again, I will always say, and I do mean it, there is a reason that I am up here. So from the 30-yard line, they need to get it down. So third down and 5 after the loss on the play. They need to get it to about the 25 and a half. Send trips to the right side, twins to the left. Empty set, pressure comes. Going over to the sideline and caught, and then skittering and scampering out of bounds is
Sanchez.
Is that Sanchez?
Yes,
I thought it was.
Sanchez.
He needed 4.5. He gets 6 and moved the chains. First down, Lovington.
Buys them a little time, moves the chains, moves the ball forward, and they still have a couple of timeouts.
Yes, they do, and it took 5 seconds off the clock. So from the 24-yard line, it'll be first down and 10. That is just the 4th first down for Lovington. Going to send twins to the right side, a single receiver to the left. Prudencio waits on it. Now they will shift Sanchez into the slot.
Gutierrez comes back, and now Sanchez is
and they'll put Gutierrez in the slot on the left side.
And
good snap, waiting for it. Pressure comes, dump it underneath, and incomplete, or was it complete?
Headed for Ochoa, intended for Ochoa.
And it is no, they're going to say it. Was it complete or incomplete?
It was incomplete.
Yeah, it's incomplete.
Yeah.
They're going to need to pump the clock up.
Yeah, intended for Ochoa. And it was number 12. It was Cano and Chavez who made the stop.
So they're asking for time to go back on the clock. So they're going to say put 16 seconds on the clock. So it's 2nd and 10. That really doesn't matter. With 16 seconds, you've got time for maybe from the 24-yard line, you've got time for 2, maybe 3 shots in the end zone. You do still have timeouts, at least 2 of them.
But you got to call them quickly if that happens, yeah.
So I think you can go to the sideline here, but then I think you've got to go to the end zone. Prudencio with it, with time, rolls left, fires, wants it all, going to the left corner of the end zone, and that ought to be pass interference. Should be first and goal, Lovington.
And it's number 20 on Rocky Rodriguez on Ochoa, tight.
And there's no flag on the play. And so incomplete, and so now it'll be 3rd and 10. Not that it matters, just 9 seconds left. You've got to move this quicker in Lovington. And I think Coach Bailey, they're going to attempt the field goal. I think Coach Bailey, after hearing, I'm sure, a little bit about that game where he could have kicked the field goal right at the end, has decided he's going to try and put points on the board here. It'll be about a 41-yard attempt for Caleb Aranda. But it's got to be a good hold and snap as the snap is high. Caleb, the line drive kick, that one got partially tipped at the line and no good. And it only took 2 seconds off the clock, and so that will give the Panthers another opportunity at it, leading this one 19-14. I am not going to question. I'm just going to say he had time for one more shot at the end zone and then attempt the field goal, call the timeout. But, hey, you know what? You've only got 7 seconds left. Go into prevent defense. Basically, let them get, if they want 30, 40, 50 yards here, they can have it just as long as the clock runs out.
That's right. And as long as the Panthers don't find the end zone, that would put Lovington down just by 5 at the half.
And so that will start out at the 20-yard line. I do not like that new rule where after it works the same as a touchback now as it goes back to the 20. The old rule was you got it at the spot of the kick. So even though this benefits us, and Gadsden will just kneel it down, and that will expire time on the first half as Gadsden reels off 19 unanswered points, and the Panthers take the 19-14 lead. We've got your Lovington Auto Supply Napa Know-How halftime show coming up. And, Dawn, whenever you're ready with the Bob's Thriftway Coaches Conversation, take it away.
We got Coach right here. What'd you see on that first half, Coach? What are you thinking?
Well, just do some uncharacteristic things. We've taken care of the ball really, really well this year, and for us to fumble and some things like that's not really us. Won the field position battle in the first quarter and lost it in the second quarter. And then just, I think we're fine. We get the ball back after half. I mean, really, we're on pace. We were ahead of pace, and we lost it. That's the thing that stinks.
Just down by 5. What's the message going to be at halftime? What kind of adjustment or difference in your play do you want to see in that second half?
I just want us to be real physical offensively. I want to run the ball. We've been in a couple situations where we weren't able to do that. The 2 drives we've ran the ball, we finished with touchdowns. And so I want to run the ball. And I think that we're doing a really good job of doing that. One time late in the half, and then another time, we fumble, and then another time we get a penalty and go back. And all those times kind of kept us from getting to run the football. And so if we can get back to run the ball, I think we'll be okay.
All right, ball to start the second half. It's going to be a good one for you.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you.
All right, thank you, Coach.
Dawn Morgan and Coach Joshua Bailey are Bob's Thriftway Coaches Conversation. We'll take in a moment here on Z94 KZOR and the Lovington Sports YouTube channel and HobbsAmerica.com. Welcome to your Lovington Auto Supply Napa Know-How Halftime Show from Lovington Auto Supply, 217 West Avenue D in Lovington. When you need the Napa Know-How for your car, and trust me, my friends, at some point you will, get it from the good folks at Lovington Auto Supply. Lovington Auto Supply in Napa, get up and go. And the Wildcats got up and went in the first quarter, but then the Panthers roared back in the second quarter, and now Gadsden leads this one by a score of 19-14. I'm TJ Miracle, Don Morgan Fieldside, Manny V in studio engineering and producing. So let's take a look at the numbers in the first half of this one. We'll start with the Panthers as their quarterback, Adrian Munoz, goes 6 of 9 for 83 yards, 1 touchdown, and no interceptions. That touchdown, a 10-yarder to Zach Minahadis, which gave them the late lead. Steven Morales, his favorite target, though. He's got 2 catches for 41 yards. On the ground, they've just been just chewing it up and effective against Lovington as Alfredo Andrade, even though he's off of his normal pace, still 10 carries for 37 yards and a touchdown, 3.7 yards per carry. Not a bad average at all. Munoz is next on the list. He's got 6 carries for 28 yards, but here's the thing. If you take away a 21-yard sack, that 28 yards all of a sudden becomes 49, and he is by far the leading rusher. Anthony Palomares, 3 carries for 9 yards. Kelly Stevens, a couple of carries for a yard. Morales, a carry for 4 yards. And Rios, a carry for 7 yards. 83 through the air, 86 on the ground. A very balanced attack for Coach Fizo's team. 169 yards in the first half for the home team Panthers. They had 10 first downs in the first half. They were whistled for 6 penalties for 55 yards. And, of course, 19 points on the board, 2 botched extra points. The difference right now on the scoreboard, and 19 instead of a more familiar 20 or 21. Turning the page for your Lovington Wildcats, Matthew Prudencio goes 6 of 10 in the first half for 92 yards. He does have 1 touchdown and no interceptions. That touchdown, a 5-yarder that he tossed to Elijah Rivero, sliding into the near side of the end zone. Elijah is the leading receiver right now, 2 catches for 38 yards. Alec Olguin, only 1 catch, 34 yards. 2 catches, Jaden Gutierrez. He's been quiet, 14 yards, 6 yards on 1 catch for Patrick Sanchez. On the ground, leading rusher right now for Lovington is Dallas Cardenas, but it has been a hard road as he's got 4 carries for 10 yards. Even I can do the math on that one, 2.5 yards per carry. Cameron Ochoa also 4 carries for 9 yards. Matthew Prudencio, leading rusher right now, the quarterback with 2 carries, 12 yards, but they do have a rushing touchdown. Kyler Reeves on a tight end around. Took the little pitch and put it in the end zone from 1 yard out. Those were Lovington's 2 touchdowns. 92 through the air, only 32 on the ground. 124 total yards for Lovington in that first half. They were whistled 6 times for 40 yards, but a couple of those were bad penalties, including one that wiped a turnover off the board. 4 first downs, that was it for Lovington in that first half. All 14 of their points coming in the first quarter, so losing in the turnover battle, Don, and losing on the scoreboard right now. So talk about Lovington Auto Supply Napa Know-How keys to the second half.
To just stop the silly mistakes, you know. As the coach said, you know, they've done some uncharacteristic things and made some mistakes at bad times in this game, and that plus not being able to stop the Panthers' leading rusher and, you know, really stop that has led to Panther success. So that's what Lovington, I think, has got to really quit shooting themselves in the foot, basically, and just come through and start playing with the confidence and the fire that they had to start this game. It just kind of evaporated with some of the mistakes, some of the bad calls, and some of the Panther success. They just need to get back into Wildcat form, and I'm hoping that having the ball to start off the second half is going to do just that for them.
Well, I think you are absolutely right on that. You've got to get that fire back because, and especially after the turnover, it's almost like there was just a slow leak in the tire. It just kind of went.
Yeah, Yeah,
and
just
it's not that they played poorly.
No,
It's just
not
all of
at
a sudden
all.
the enthusiasm level it seemed to dip, and a pretty good crowd making the trip from Lee County tonight as I'm looking across the way, and they went absolutely silent at that point too. Now I know they may be saying, well, we had some calls go our way. You can't worry about that in every game, and I don't care what team you are, you're going to have some calls that don't go your way. Special teams has been fine tonight. Defense, they've got to find a way to stop. They've done an okay job on the run tonight, but they've got to find a way to slow that up even more in the offense. They've just got to find that rhythm, and they have had nothing in the rhythm department since that second drive of the game.
Yeah, absolutely.
Oh, your Lovington Auto Supply Napa Know-How keys to the second half from our friends, of course, at Lovington Auto Supply and Napa as the Gadsden band out on the field performing. Of course, after tonight, just 2 games remaining in the regular season, as game next week will be at home back at the friendly confines, the final regular season home game against the Deming Wildcats. So we'll have a battle of Wildcats next week. I believe Deming wearing about the same colors as this Gadsden team. And then we'll be back on the road on November the 1st, back down here in the Las Cruces, El Paso area, back in the Gadsden School District, but over at Santa Teresa and the Desert Warriors there at Santa Teresa. So that may be, and I will say this, other than of course, our home field, Don, Santa Teresa may be my favorite stadium we go to, not for the amenities, but just for the view, because you can see down through the Franklin Mountains and into El Paso. It's an absolutely gorgeous view, at least from the press box. So as far as scenery goes, that's probably about my favorite place that we go other than home. So.
And when we come back, I'm going to look forward to the scenery, but I'm going to bring a big can or a big box of mosquito repellent with me when we come back here. They are out swarming tonight, and of course, if there's one within 5 miles, then it's going to find me. And they have found. So they're chewing on me. I don't know. It may be an emergency room stop at the hospital before we leave.
It's on Trans Mountain on the way back over.
It's on the way. If
you can find Officer Rios, who was nice enough to bring me around from the far side of the field and help me drag stuff around. If you can find Officer Rios in his mule there, I did see a bottle of off in his in his mule there.
See, so they're clued in. They know that these guys know what they're facing. I didn't even think about that.
I wouldn't have thought about it either.
Yeah,
not down here in far southern New Mexico, and not on a field with artificial turf.
No, but the river isn't all that far away.
Oh,
so.
yeah. You actually we crossed the river to get here.
Twice. I don't know how that works, but yeah.
Yeah, I'm not exactly sure, but some of those roads are twisty turny. Yeah, I mean,
that's true. We
are tucked right into the southern line of the United States.
We crossed from Texas into New Mexico and back and forth, I think 2 or 3 times before we got here. So it's an interesting journey, and it's a beautiful place, and they have been good hosts. And it really is a lovely field, and it's a nice surface, I think, to play on and just to walk on over here on the sideline. So if the Cats can just put together a second half like they played for that first quarter, then we're not going to have any problems, and everybody's going to go back celebrating, and I'm not even going to notice the mosquito bites. So I just hope that they come out and play their game, play like the Cats that we know, and just try to contain the Gadsden team and do their job.
Try and find a way to get some of that momentum back that you seemingly lost. And don't get too high when the good happens. Don't get too low when the bad happens. Keep it on an even keel, and the Cats should be okay as the Cats burst back out of the Big Blue Cat, and they did big. I believe they call it Big O Cat. At least that's what we've been told it's called. So Big O Cat making the journey down here too as the Cats back out onto the field. We will wrap up your Lovington Auto Supply Napa Know-How halftime show from Lovington Auto Supply, 217 West Avenue D in Lovington. When you need the Napa Know-How for your car, and trust me, you will at some point, get it from the good folks at Lovington Auto Supply. Lovington Auto Supply in Napa, get up and go. And we go to the second half right after this 2.5-minute timeout. Wildcat football continues in a moment on Z94 KZOR. Welcome back to Wildcat Football here on Z94 KZOR. Getting ready for the start of the second half of this one. The Wildcats trailing the Panthers 19-14 as Lovington and Gadsden, the Wildcats number 3, the Panthers number 4, a 5A battle. And really, the team that wins this game will have probably the inside track to either the number 2 or number 3 seed coming into the playoffs. So you got to win this game. Lovington trails by 5. They need to come from behind. So Don Morgan fieldside. I'm TJ Miracle. Manny V back in studio.
I think I'm going to need change batteries here. Are you showing me down?
I'm showing some interference from somewhere, but if you think you need to change them, go ahead and change them. So I will run my mouth until you tell me you're back. So as again, the officiating crew here tonight has done a very nice job. They've been very cognizant of the time on the clock, but they are a little bit slow getting things started. No big complaints, though. So while we've got a moment, of course, a big thank you to all the great folks who make Wildcat football possible here on KZOR and on the Lovington Sports YouTube channel. Bob's Thriftway, Eastern New Mexico University, Battle Energy, Eunice Pump and Supply, the Miko Companies, Cannon Safety, Man Welding, Lovington Schools, Devon Energy, Stonewall Field Services, First American Bank of Lovington, Lovington Auto Supply Napa, Master Plumbers, and the Lee County Electric Cooperative. So the Cats will be moving towards the north end zone here in this first half of play off of the kicking team of the Gadsden Panthers as Dan Cano will boot it away. And if you are Fizo, do you think about the onside kick? You've got all the momentum. If you're the Gadsden team, do you maybe think about an onside here, Don? And thought we had you back, but I'm not seeing any signal. So there you are. I hear you now.
All right. Yeah. Now we're rolling.
Now we're rolling.
Okay. Yeah.
Now we're cooking with electricity.
You might think of it. I don't think they're going to go. They're going to go that way. But we'll see.
So Kano will kick it from the left to the right. That is the north to the south. Cats will have the wind here in the third quarter, and it will be a short kickoff fielded at the 20-yard line by Rivero. He'll take it all the way across the pitch, and then he'll turn it up across the 30 and run out about the 33-yard line as Elijah runs 65 yards for about a 15-yard return. So Lovington will have it 1st and 10, and they're going to say at the 32-yard line.
He did kick away. It's just a short kick.
Yep. Of course, a lot of teams don't have a return man in the up position like that, like Elijah Rivero. So Lovington from the 32-yard line. It'll be 1st down and 10 as we start this second half of action. Lovington trails by 5. Move Kyler Reeves over onto the right tight end position. Hand it off. Cardenas starts it right, puts the head down, and then flies forward and puts the hand down and gets another couple out of it. He'll be out close to the 40-yard line.
He zigged, he zagged, and he lunged, and he got some good yardage out of that carry.
And they are going to give him a 7-yard pickup. That is his longest run from scrimmage of the night, and it'll be 2nd down and 3. Just underway here in the third quarter. Cats trail by 5. You heard Coach Bailey say they wanted to establish the run. And on those first couple possessions, they did run it and pass it effectively. One set up the other. Twins left, single receiver right. Put it in the gut as Cardenas hit in the backfield, and he is dropped back at the 36-yard line as that was number 20, Rocky Rodriguez. And so Cardenas loses 2 of those 7 that he just got. It'll be 3rd down and 5. Already a critical 3rd down, and we just started the third quarter.
Yeah, Reeves comes out and Sanchez goes in.
So they are putting the extra speed in. Sanchez with good hands and good speed. Kyler pretty fast, but if you're going to try something where you need separation, Patrick's probably the one you want in there. Twins to the left, twins to the right. Single back in the backfield. Send the man in motion. It is Sanchez. Waiting for it. Prudencio guns it across the middle. Complete to Gutierrez right at the 45-yard line.
Nice.
It is a pickup of 9 and move the chains. First down, Wildcats.
Yeah, it was a low bullet and just beautifully executed there. Throw and catch.
So
and some good protection on him, allowing him to go ahead and get it off pretty quickly.
And I like the quick throwing. When they do the quick action, that tends to kind of get the blood pumping and the engine primed, if you will. So it'll be a first down and 10 for the Wildcats. They're on the Panther 45. 3 men across the front for Gadsden. Send a man in motion. That is Olguin. Hand it off. Cardenas just puts the shoulders down and gets about 2. He goes right into the teeth of that line and nowhere to go, really, as Santiago Segura, the first man to hit him. It'll be a pickup of 1 officially. 7 carries, just 16 yards for Dallas Cardenas.
So Cardenas comes out, Reeves comes in, and I think Olguin comes off as well.
Yep, Olguin is coming off. And normally if they bring Dallas off, they put in Cameron Ochoa, and it will be Cam, so he checks in. And they're going to move him over to the right shoulder on a second down and 9. Twins to the right side. Now they're going to split Cam out to the left. Back to pass. Prudencio dump it underneath. That one will be complete to Sanchez, and he's going to be up near the first down, and he will cross the 45 in enemy territory to the 44-yard line. So it'll be a pickup of 10
now
and move the chains. First down, Wildcats.
Yeah, and you just like a well-oiled machine. They hit the sweet spot and they're rolling.
So from the 43-yard line officially inside Panther territory, Cats trail by 5. 9 minutes to go in the third. Empty set in the backfield. Trips left. Twins to the right. Matthew waits for it, and he'll just take it himself. Pardon me, direct snap to Cam Ochoa. He's got some room as he is across the 35, right at the 35.
Yep.
So it'll be a 9-yard Wildcat out of the Wildcat to Cam Ochoa, his biggest gain of the day.
Absolutely worked.
Second down and 1. Yeah, normally an empty set, I'm looking for Matthew, and then the snap, and he turned around. I was like, oh, that's Cam. So second down and 1. Prudencio is back in the ballgame. Split backs in the backfield. Give it on the near side. Cardenas trying to sweep it outside. He's across the 30 to the 20. Turning it upfield. Stiff arms man at the 15 and down and knocked out and then ridden out at the 10-yard line. It'll be a 24-yard pickup for Cardenas and move the chains. First down Wildcats. Should be first and goal Cats.
He almost won the foot race there and is tough. I mean, it took three of the Panthers to get him out, to take him down.
Just outside the 10, so it'll be first and 10 from the 11 for the Wildcats. 8 minutes to go here in the third quarter. Split backs in the backfield. Twins right, single receiver to the left. Hand it off as right up the gut is Cardenas, and he's inside the 10 down to about the 7-yard line. It'll be a 4-yard pickup for Dallas. And so it'll be second down and 6 from the 7.
Again, a nice run.
Yeah, matriculate the ball down the field. I've been waiting to say it all night.
He was able to put his head down and push through and get a couple more yards out of that run.
As they will split a single receiver. That's Rivero wide to the right side. Direct snap to Cardenas. Brings it near side. Inside the 10. Turns it up. Inside the 5. And finally goes down at about the 3-yard line. So it'll be a 3-yard gain for.
They're gonna spot 4 at the 4.
All right, so a 2-yard gain officially. So it'll be third down and 3 from the 4. Stays inbound. Clock continues to move. 9:55 remaining here in this third quarter. Cats trail by 5, but on the march. Wildcats taking their time, bringing it up to the line. And it'll be a Wildcat situation here as Ochoa and Cardenas both there as they split Prudencio by himself wide to the right. Get it to Dallas. Dallas right up the gut and into the end zone. Yes, sir. 6 on the board. Touchdown Wildcats. 4-yard touchdown run for Dallas Cardenas. And the Wildcats retake the lead 20-19.
Dallas able again. Somehow they think they have him down, and he's able to crouch a little lower. He's so athletic. He stays on his feet, just hovering across the ground and just puts it forward another couple of yards like a bullet.
And so the Lovington Wildcats will drive it down the field. If you're just joining us on the radio, we were down momentarily. The internet dropped out, but 4 yards, Dallas Cardenas takes it in. Now the Wildcats going to come out and go for 2 to try and go up by 3. Pitch it near side, trying to get the corner, looking for some room is Cam Ochoa, and he is going to be stopped short. So he's going to be down at the 1 yard line as the point after fails, but the Panthers score on their opening possession of the half and take 5.5 minutes off the clock to do it. So with 6:29 to go in the third, Lovington 20, Gadsden 19. Don't go anywhere. You've got it here on Wildcat Football on Z94 KZOR. Back in 30 seconds. The Lovington Wildcats take the opening possession 65 yards down the field, take 5 minutes and 31 seconds to do it, and punch it in with Dallas Cardenas, a direct Wildcat snap. The point after no good as they went for 2 to try to get it to a 3-point lead, but they are up by 1 with 6:29 remaining here in this third quarter. We got a ball game. I'm TJ Miracle. Don Morgan patrols field side here at Gadsden High. Manny V in studio engineering and producing. As Cats will kick it off. Aranda back on. And Don, quickly, do you think maybe Love thinks about the onside?
Maybe, yeah. Could be.
As up
nope,
and
kick away.
Of course, with the wind at your back, and Caleb a good leg, as that one will be fielded back at the goal line, out to the 10, to the 15, to the 20, 25, and to almost to the 30 before, again, Chase Terrell comes over and puts on that was 27. That was Aiden Nunez who just ripped down the return man Munoz. Still a good return, though, and it'll be 1st and 10 from the 29-yard line for the Gadsden Panthers, now trailing by a point. 28's where they spot it.
Coach Bailey just ran, kind of skipped across the front of the sideline here in front of the team, just hollering at him, hey, let's go, come on, let's get fired up, we're still ahead.
So now up by a point. Lovington, a little confusion as to who's supposed to be where. They'll hand that off to Rios, sweeping the left side, and he gets to the 30 before I think all the confusion actually paid off for Lovington that time, as they had guys shoving around and moving around and basically were right in the path of where Rios went. Pick up a 2, 2nd down and 8.
Another stop. It was Landon. It was Landon Trevino, that is, who fell on top of him from behind.
So it'll be 2nd down and a long 8. Split backs in the backfield. Hand it off and flags fly. That'll be false start on Gadsden. And I think we've seen this movie before, too. This is how they started their first drive of the night. Where's our white
Actually,
cap?
they're
going to call offsides. They're going to call offsides on Lovington.
Yeah,
I didn't see the white cap.
I was going to say it was one of the other refs who pointed immediately. He put the ball down and then pointed toward Lovington. So I had a feeling it was going to go against them.
That'll be the 7th penalty of the night on the Wildcats for 45 yards, and it moves the ball up to the 35-yard line and now makes it 2nd down and 3. You can't give them free yardage. So on a 2nd and 3, split backs in the backfield. Hand it off to Andrade, and he will be out close to the 1st down before the Cat line brings him down as Patrick Sanchez on first contact. It'll be 4 yards for Alfredo Andrade, and it will be a Gadsden 1st down, their 11th of the ball game, 1st of the half.
Jaden Garcia came over right after Patrick, and between the two of them, they were just kind of falling on top of the poor Panther like a couple of big mattresses there.
From the 39-yard line, Panthers in their own territory. Hand it off to Andrade. He'll start it left and then come back into the middle. No room to run. As finally the whistle sound as they are letting these go a long way. As Valente Herrera and also Landon Trevino again. Officially, they're going to give him forward progress. Wow, that's a pretty generous spot out across the 40 to the 42-yard line. 3-yard gain. And that'll bring up a 2nd down and 7. Nearing midfield. Under 5 to go in the third quarter. Send a man in motion. High snap. They will fake the handoff to the motion man and keeping it himself and finding his way through, but the ball is out, and the Cats have got it back. The Cats have got it back as Adrian Munoz was trying to get more yardage. The ball swung out. The Cats swatted it away with guess who? As Landon Ochoa. It was Trevino who knocked it away, and then Ochoa fell on it.
Yep.
So the Cats, no flag, no yellow laundry on the field this time. So the Cats will have their first turnover on the Panthers and give it back to Lovington, now up by a point, and a chance here after forcing the turnover.
They did have a turnover in the first half, but it was negated because of
by the
personal
penalty,
foul. Yeah.
And still some question as to whether or not that came after the play. So, but you heard the whistle before it, so before the fumble. Anyway, Lovington has it back. Twins left, Twins right, in trouble. Prudencio rolls to the right, looking downfield, has a man, I don't think he sees him, and he's going to be tripped up, down, and back at the 35-yard line. First sack of the ball game as Prudencio goes down for the first time.
I think that was Almanza, 23 or 22.
I think so. It was Almanza.
Yep.
And what he didn't see as he was running for his life was, I think it was Rivero over there, got about 5 yards behind everybody and was wide open going down that far sideline.
Yeah, and I think he was so distracted by just trying to get clear to be able to find somebody and throw it.
2nd down and 13 after the sack. 4 minutes to go. Put a man in motion from the right to the left. That is Reeves. Prudencio with it, hand it off. Cardenas goes left side, is tripped up at the line, goes forward. Gets the sack back and maybe another yard, and now it'll be 3rd down and 9. So 3rd and 9 as Lopez will bring him down. If you get the turnover, you need to cash it in, so the Wildcats need to find 9 yards here with 3.5 minutes to go in the third quarter, only leading by a point.
I think you go for another one of those quick passes, get that 9 back if you can, 9 or 10.
We haven't seen a wide receiver screen tonight, just saying.
Yeah, that's true.
As a hard count as Gadsden jumped on that one.
Nice, and a good time
and
for that.
Nobody moved.
Be a good gift. That'll be a good gift.
And now I think maybe the wide receiver screen to Olguin.
Let's see what's I think we had 2 refs seeing something different here.
From up here, and I'm sitting kind of behind the Gadsden line, they jumped. Didn't look like they were drawn.
It looked to me like their nose guard kind of slipped and went down.
Yeah, he kind of slipped, and when he did, he broke the plane. But you got the east side judge saying one thing, you got the west side judge saying another. Now you got the referee and the head ref and the umpire coming in. They're all going to talk about it, and we're going to have
maybe offsides penalty
on Gadsden. So they're going to call offsides on Gadsden.
All right.
So that will be their 7th penalty of the night for 60 yards. And so it'll bring up a 3rd down and 4. Now maybe that little wide receiver screen out to Olguin or to Rivero.
Right.
Or Gutierrez.
Because 5-6 yards gets the job done.
And when you get it to one of those guys, they have big play ability.
Do for the end zone.
So let's see what they think of it. 3rd down and 4 to go. Twins left, Twins to the right. Single back in the backfield with Prudencio. Matthew waits for it. Good snap. 3-step drop is back. Looks, fires, goes over the middle, has a man, and staying on his feet somehow across the 40 is Rivero. Cuts it back to the 30, to the 25, to the 20, going down the sideline and inside the 15, down about the 12-yard line. A huge gain for the Wildcats. 1st and goal, Lovington. So that'll be 5, 10, 15,
that was
20,
Dan
25,
Connell
30,
bringing him
35,
down.
40. Let's see where they mark him officially. It'll be just outside the 10 as they're slowly moving up. They're going to spot him right at the 10, so it'll be 44 yards to Elijah Rivero, and first and goal, Wildcats.
Yeah, if it hadn't been for Dan Cano, it would have been, they'd have been celebrating in the end zone right now.
Yes, they would have been. So first and goal for the Wildcats. Put a man in motion over to the left side. Back to pass. Prudencio dumps it over onto the right side. A little spin move inside the 5, and then getting absolutely creamed at about the 3-yard line. Was that Rivero again?
Olguin.
So
Yeah, he got hit. He got hit by about 3 guys at the same time, led by number 7, Silver Morales.
So it'll be a 6-yard pickup, second and goal from the 4 for the Wildcats. Up by 1, trying to go up by 7, and preferably 8 or 9 if they could here. So on a second and goal from the 4, twins to the left and twins to the right. Man in motion right to left. Rolling right side, Prudencio looks, gets bumped, and now he's going to be hit back behind the 10 at the 11-yard line. And you've got to feel that pressure coming and get rid of it. That's the second sack of the ball game.
That was Castillo. Castillo, number 32, came from behind.
So Castillo.
But there was a Panther right in front of him who reached out and tapped his helmet, tapped him on the top of the helmet.
So that's another sack, and so now it'll be third and goal from the 11.
Yeah, he just got tapped on the helmet before Castillo got to him.
Yeah, and he ran into one of them, bounced off, but you've got to feel that pressure, and if nothing else, just launch it through the back of the end zone. Rivero, the sole receiver to the right side. Cam in to protect. And just flip it over, trying to go to Rivero, and over the head and too far, trying to get him fading over the outside shoulder. And incomplete, and so now it'll be fourth and goal from the 11, and decision time for Coach Bailey. You're up by a point, under a minute to go in the third. Go for it.
Yeah,
and he's going to send the field goal unit out.
There was Gabriel Hernandez was the one with good coverage pushing behind Rivero, but the ball just either the ball's just slightly overthrown, and maybe he just couldn't get there in time because of that coverage. It bounced. It's funny. He caught it on the bounce. It hit the turf. It bounced up, and he got it.
Is Caleb going to spot the ball at the 18-yard line, so a 28-yard attempt. Snap is good. Hold is good. The kick is up, and it is no good.
Wide off to the left.
It went wide left, and so for the second time tonight, the Wildcats have missed a field goal off the normally ultra-reliable Caleb Aranda. That not much more than a point after, but misses it, and so it'll go over on downs at the 20-yard line to Gadsden. And so 45 seconds to go in the third, and now Gadsden has got to be feeling like they've got some life here, still just down by a point after Lovington can't cash in on the turnover.
And it's a shame to see as they took it way down the field and got so very close.
Just kind of ran out of some steam there at the end of that drive. So now Gadsden will have it, first down and 10 from their own 20. And the crowd on this side is coming to life as they are hollering and screaming. I can hear it even through the sealed booth.
Right.
I'm glad we've got your microphone, Dawn, because it would be antiseptic from up here.
Yeah, it would be extremely quiet.
Munoz from the shotgun. Actually, pardon me, that is Stevens. He'll throw it down the field, has a man wide open. That's Minahadas, and he is caught from behind, but down at the 30-yard line. So there's 30, 40. That is a 50-yard completion for Kelly Stevens to Zach Minahadas, his third catch of the night for 84 yards. And it'll be first and 10 for the Panthers as they took the big shot with their throwing quarterback. And he'll stay in the game, and he'll have it first and 10 from the 31 officially. And I'm sorry, I completely missed that. Again, I am running solo tonight up here. So from the 31-yard line after the big play, the Gadsden Panthers, Minahadas in motion, and he gets the handoff, and he is hit by Sanchez at the 32-yard line and dropped. So way to stay home on that one.
And believe Reeves was in on that too. Reeves.
So it'll be a loss of 3 on the play. 2nd down and 13. Ball back at the 35, make it the 34-yard line. Yep, 34. 31 minus 3 is 34. Yep, there we go. As a whistle sounds, that will end the 3rd quarter. We will flip things around and head to the 4th quarter. Lovington 20, Gadsden 19. Back in a minute. Wildcat football continues on Z94 KZOR Hobbs Lovington. Start of the 4th quarter back here in Gadsden. Low snap. It is handled. They will hand it off to Andretti right up the middle, and Andrade is going to get back the yardage that was lost and some more. He's going to wind up getting all the way across the 30 to the 29-yard line. So it'll be a pickup of 5 for Alfredo Andrade. He's got 13 carries, 49 yards. So Lovington has not let him kill him. They've got to keep doing that. And so now an important 3rd down and 7 for the Panthers. Don Morgan field side, I'm TJ Miracle. Adrian Munoz, the quarterback. Andrade on his left shoulder. Back to pass. Munoz, now he's going to be pressured. Gets out of a tackle by Sanchez. Rolls it to the left. Fires, has a man across the middle at the 21-yard line as he flipped that one out to Munoz, or to Morales, pardon me.
And Gutierrez brought him down.
And he's going to be, they're going to bring him down at the 22-yard line. So it'll be a pickup of 6, and it'll be 4th down and 2. Coach Fizo, I got to think he's going to go for it here.
Yeah, I don't know how he got out of that. I thought he was toast. Just absolutely toast.
Looked like Patrick had him dead to rights, but I don't know, maybe he's got a little Vaseline or something on that jersey.
Huh.
I doubt it, and I don't have any reason to believe that. So
no.
4th down and 1.5 yards to go, and it will be go time for the Gadsden Panthers as Menahatis checks in late. He'll go into the slot on the right side. Split backs in the backfield, hand it off. Andrade goes left side. He's inside the 20 and is going to be brought down at the 18-yard line. A 3-yard gain for Alfredo Andrade, and it'll be a 1st down for Gadsden. 14 carries, 52 yards for Alfredo Andrade, but it keeps the drive alive for Gadsden. Now inside the Wildcat red zone at the 19 where they spot it. So from the 19-yard line, just underway, 4th quarter, Lovington with a 1-point lead, but Gadsden knocking on the door. Twins left, twins to the right. Andrade in the backfield with Munoz. Munoz pointing out of coverage. Waits on it, high snap, handles it, back to pass, 3-step drop, comes near side, and overthrows his intended target as a little separation on that near side.
Good coverage by Gutierrez over there in the corner as well.
Yeah, Gutierrez was on him, but somehow he managed to get a little bit of separation. Incomplete, that was Morales. So it'll be 2nd down and 10 from the 19. And you've got to think it will be 4-down territory for the Panthers. Trailing by 1. And who knows what kind of leg Kano has. On kickoffs, it's been good. And the delayed handoff to Rios. He gets through the first level, and he is across the 15 and down to about the 13-yard line. And as Rios, again, you cannot just put an arm out and expect to knock him down. It'll be a pickup of 7 for Rios on his 3rd carry of the night. And so it'll be 3rd down and about 3 to go. Time for the Lovington D. They've got to find a way for no gain or a loss here. Split backs in the backfield with Munoz. Rios on the left, Andrade on the right, as they will hand it off to Andrade, and he's inside the 10 and right to the 10. He may be just shy of the first down. It's going to depend on the spot. And they're going to say he is just shy of the first down, so officially 3rd down and a yard to go.
Nice. I think that was Munoz.
And now they're going to as the referee changed the spot from the 10 to the 9, and so it'll give them the first down. It'll be 1st and goal for the Panthers. So it looked like he went down right on the line at the 10, but the head ref changed the spot to the 9. So 1st and goal for the Panthers. Handed off on a delay right side. Andrade inside the 5 to the 4-yard line. 5-yard pickup for him. And it'll be 2nd and goal from the 4. I don't know. Where did it look like he went down to you, Don? We got to move on.
Yeah, I think that they're generous on that. So.
All right.
And the Lovington fans really coming alive, making some noise, encouraging the defense here. So need a goal, need a stand.
Yes, you do. 2nd and goal from the 4. Split backs in the backfield for Munoz, as he will take it himself, go right side, and he is pushed back from about the 2-yard line. And finally, as they don't, and now we've got a little pushing and shoving from behind. And why did the flag not come out there? The side judge is looking at that and did not throw the flag, as unprovoked contact is turning around and walking away was Alex Rivera, and he got shoved in the back, but they did not call unsportsmanlike on that. Now, I will say those refs waited a long time to blow that whistle, and that lets a quarterback on a keeper get potentially hurt. They should have blown that whistle long before they did, in my opinion. No gain on the play officially. 3rd and goal from the 5. Hand it off. Andrade starts it left, cuts it back right, and he will be into the end zone from 4 yards out. His 2nd rushing touchdown of the night, and that'll put the Gadsden Panthers up 25-20 on Andrade's 17th carry of the ball game.
But this puts Lovington just trailing by 5 right now. They could, let's see, are they going to go for 2?
They're going to go for 2 to try and make it 7. That's what the numbers say you do. And Lovington has had no answer for them, really, when they're needing 3 yards or less. Munoz is the quarterback. Andrade on his left shoulder. Back to pass. They'll toss it left side, and that one will be knocked away, incomplete. Nice. And so another 2-point conversion fails. And with 7:37 to go in the ball game, Lovington trailing Gadsden 25-20. We're back in a minute on Z94 KZOR. And welcome back to Lovington Wildcat football here on Z94 KZOR. The Gadsden Panthers take it 80 yards and punch it into the end zone. The highlight, a 50-yard big play from Munoz to from Stevens to Minnehatas that kept that drive alive and set up the touchdown. So now with the Wildcats trailing by 5, they have got to answer right here. I'm TJ Miracle, Don Morgan patrolling field side here at Gadsden High.
It's time for Lovington to make something happen, shake something loose. force a turnover. Do something.
Cano will boot it away into the night sky as Gutierrez will get it back at the 5. And they run a little reverse starburst kind of thing, and keeping it is going to be Gutierrez. A little stutter step at the 25 to the 30, 35 to the 40, along the sideline and near midfield before finally tripped up from behind. Another Wildcat down on the field. The Gadsden coaches next to us are pointing at Patrick Sanchez and hollering about a block in the back. You guys got an unsportsmanlike a minute ago, so we can get a block in the back this time. I'll just leave it at that. Sorry, Brad Sham mode off tonight. I've had my one grumpy old man moment. So for Lovington, they'll have it at their own 49-yard line, first down and 10.
What was I just saying about making something happen?
And are you in communication with the Lovington coaches on my right side?
Something just gotta. It's just time. It was time. Just time for Lovington to make something happen. Spark up. Finish strong.
So first and 10 from their own 49-yard line. Split them out wide to the right. Twins to the left. Good snap. Prudencio hands it off right up the middle. Cardenas tripped up as he crosses into Panther territory and goes down at the 45-yard line. It'll be a pickup of 6 for Dallas. Second down and 4.
But Lovington just has to keep this drive alive. Keep it alive.
61 yards on 13 carries for Dallas Cardenas. You've got to get a touchdown, though, because you trail by 5.
Yes. Got to keep the drive alive and end up in the end zone.
So now from the Panther 45-yard line, second down and 4. Twins left, single receiver right, and they will throw the wide receiver screen to
Reeves.
That is to Reeves as he's across the 30 and finally run out of bounds on the far side at about the 27-yard line. So that'd be 15, 16, we'll call it 17 to Kyler Reeves, his first catch of the night. He does have one carry, and it's a Lovington first down. .175 through the air for Matthew Prudencio. As Kyler stepped out a little further back than they thought he did, so he's back at the 33-yard line. Still enough for the Wildcat first down. And blitz coming as they'll throw the wide receiver screen again, but he got it, but he fell down onto the turf, so it's a completion and a loss to Reeves.
Yeah.
So he had to get rid of that in a hurry.
He did. And Reeves just barely caught it. He did.
So it's a completion. It's a 3-yard loss. I hate writing those down, but they are. I do like to stay as statistically accurate as possible. Well, second and 13, as they sold that out way before. That might have been an opportunity for Prudencio to change the play at the line when he saw that they were going to bring everybody. Of course, the play clock was probably working against him a little bit there.
Too.
So it'll be second down and 13. Ball at the 36-yard line. Fake the handoff. Roll to the right. Matthew under pressure. Fires it. Goes downfield and fired it over onto a flag route. And instead, it was Ochoa running the seam route. And so a little miscommunication. And the misfire is incomplete. And so now it'll be third down and 13 for the Wildcats.
And Prudencio, big pressure coming by Lopez and Castillo.
So it'll be third down and 13. Under halfway to go in the fourth quarter. Cats trail by 5. 25-20 is the score. Twins left, Twins right. 3 men across the front from the Panthers. Now they'll empty the backfield out. Prudencio back. Gets time. He comes to the near side. Wants it. Has it. Inside the 10 and move the chains. First and goal, Wildcats.
That's Gutierrez.
So Gutierrez will have it at the 6-yard line. It's 30 yards to Jaden. And first and goal, Wildcats from the 6-yard line. 4 catches, 53 yards now for Jaden Gutierrez. As that will put Matthew Prudencio up over the 200-yard mark on the night. So now first and goal for the Wildcats from the 6. Cameron Ochoa in the backfield with Prudencio. Actually, no, that is, they're going to run the Wildcat. They're going to run the Wildcat as Cardenas.
Yep.
Cardenas to pass. Rivero, thank you, and throws it underneath, incomplete. Now Rivero.
Yeah, Rivero was on the right and Ochoa on the left.
Yep, you are right. It looked kind of like a 0 from up here.
Sure, yeah.
I've got windows in the way. I'm going to blame it on that.
You've got.
Other than the fact, I can blame it on windows and I can blame it on trifocals, and I just missed it. So Prudencio back in the ball game on 2nd and goal from the 6. Matthew with it, back to pass, pressured, goes left, has some room, fires as he's being hit back in the end zone, and 6 on the board, touchdown Wildcats. Climb the ladder, Jaden Gutierrez, and the Cats are back in the lead by 1. Second throwing touchdown for Prudencio. Gutierrez with his first touchdown of the night. Yes, he did.
He was just desperate to dump that ball and find somebody, and he had to really.
But we've got
nice
a player
throw.
down now. So the point after to come, and we do have an injured Wildcat on the play.
So are we going to see a point after attempt, or are we going to see a kick or a 2-pointer?
I think you got to go for 2 to make it a 3-point ball game.
I think so too. I was thinking that before they found the end zone because I was
like
trusting that they were going to get the touchdown.
Looks like it is just a cramp down there. So
right, that is number 2. That's Alex Lopez.
So it's their number 2. I thought it was one of ours.
Nope.
So he's up and he's okay. And that's good to see. For the most part, been a very clean, hard-hitting ball game. Each team has been flagged 7 times. 45 penalty yards for Lovington, 60 for Gadsden, but all in all, a fairly well played, clean ball game.
Not a lot of penalties per team, not a lot of yardage, penalty yards per team. So
Lovington is starting to get a few yards in the books, as is Gadsden. So the point after to come after the injury timeout. Lovington still not out of the huddle, so while we've got a moment, say a big thanks to our friends at Bob's Thriftway, Eastern New Mexico University, Eunice Pump and Supply. Also Battle Energy, the Miko Companies, Cannon Safety, Man Welding, Lovington Schools, Devon Energy, Stonewall Field Services, First American Bank of Lovington, Lovington Auto Supply, Napa, Master Plumbers, Lee County Electric Cooperative, making it possible for us to bring you Wildcat football here on Z94 KZOR. The Z94 KZOR app and Lovington Sports YouTube, HobbsAmerica.com.
I don't even know. I think either that or a very nervous bird flying overhead, but I think so we've got light raindrops going on.
As long as we get no lightning, and we will have a whistle sound as we've got a question going on from now the Gadsden coaches over on this near side. I'm not sure what he could be questioning. But he is not happy as he was gesturing wildly. You may not be able to see that on the camera. I'm a little blocked out by one of the support posts here in the press box. Again, with a 2-inch screen is a little hard for me to tell.
The coaches over here on the sideline are already talking about, okay, what do you guys want to do on the kickoff here? After I'm hoping they put 2 on the board here. But they're already talking about, gee, what's the strategy going to be?
I think
try an onside.
I don't think you do a traditional onside. We saw it against Mayfield where they did that little about just 15-yard pop-up kick and then went and got it.
Right.
So Lovington will go for 2. They're going to move everybody in tight, and they are going to move Prudencio up under center. They're going to play big boy football, and it'll be a long snap back to Cam and Ochoa as everybody dived in. Cam takes it over the left guard and into the end zone. 2 on the board. The 2-point conversion for the Wildcats is good, and with 5:24 remaining in the ballgame, it is Lovington 28 and Gadsden 25. We got a good one. Don't miss a minute of it. We're back in a minute on KZOR. Wildcats take advantage of a Jaden Gutierrez beauty of a kickoff return, and then Jaden cashes in the touchdown, a 51-yard drive. The 2-point conversion is good, and now Lovington up by 3 with 5:24 remaining here in the ball game, 28-25. I'm TJ Miracle, Dawn Morgan patrolling field side, Manny V in studio, engineering and producing. As Aranda will run up on the ball and boot it away. It is a high end-over-ender. Bounces at the 10, will be bobbled back at the 5. Coming to the near side is Munoz, and he is across the 20 and out to about the 25-yard line. So a pretty good return there. And so, Dawn, you've got the feeling, or at least I do, that it is going to take a stop. This is either one of those whoever has the ball last with any time on the clock, or whoever's defense can make a stop or force a turnover is going to win this ball game.
Yeah, absolutely. Lovington wants to find a way here to get the ball back and put more points on the board. They've got to have a cushion.
And right now that's a 3-point cushion, and that
More
ref
than a
just gave Gadsden another yard for the second time tonight. It was right at the 25. He moves it almost to the 26. I'm not understanding that. Andrade takes it over the right guard and gets it out near the 30-yard line. Well, Andrade will pick up about 3 on the play. 18 carries, 66 yards for Alfredo Andrade. And it'll be second down and 7. 3-yard in a cloud of dust football will work if you are the Gadsden Panthers. And they're telling them roll the clock. Yeah, it should have been rolling all along. So on a second down.
Lovington fans are having a conniption over here because they've noticed that clock should have been rolling.
Yeah, and the ref told them start moving it. Send a man in motion, fake the handoff, back to pass. And looking for it all is Munoz and overthrows everybody down the field.
Cardenas was down here, but just not close enough to try to get the INT out of that. Not close enough to pick it off.
Little miscommunication. Looked like the quarterback, Munoz, was thinking a fly route or a seam route, something like that, a go route, whatever you want to call it. And his intended target was thinking a curl or a flag. And so, yeah, running a short route when it's a long pass can lead to disaster, but that may just be what Lovington needs. So now it's third down and 7. Big third down here with 4:53 to go in the ball game. Trips to the left side, single receiver to the left. Munoz from the shotgun, back to pass, has time, looks near, now he's going to roll near. In trouble, still looking, waiting for somebody to get open, dumps it underneath, and that one will be incomplete as he skips it into Palomares. And they say that was complete to Palomares at the 42-yard line. It's 13 yards to Palomares. And let's just say I question that, and I'm going to leave it right there.
Wow.
102 through the air now for Munoz, and that's the 15th first down for the Gadsden Panthers. Back to pass once again is Munoz. Under pressure, he will dump it over onto the far side, and that'll be complete. Was that Palomares again? Yep, that'll be Palomares again for 6 yards.
My microphone's cutting in and out. Sorry, having trouble talking and having you here.
So it'll be a second down and 4. Just shy of midfield. 4 minutes, 15 seconds to go here in the ball game. The Wildcats hanging on by 3. After, we'll just say, a questionable completion call on the near side. So second and 3. Trips to the left side, hand it off. That's Rios. He crosses into Lovington territory and is tripped up right at the first down marker. As tripping him up there was Chase Terrell. Needed 3. They're going to give him 3. And it'll be another first down for the Gadsden Panthers. So the Panthers, their 16th first down of the ball game. They're leading in that category by a statistical mile. But Lovington leading by 3 on the scoreboard, 28-25. Under 4 minutes to play in the ball game. And the handoff to, and actually the quarterback keeper this time is Munoz. Going to wind up near the 40 to the 41-yard line before it was the number 10, that's Bronx Areola. And also Cam Ochoa, 5-yard gain on the keeper there for Munoz.
Luis Loya's helmet came off, and he is.
So he's off the field, and so it'll be 2nd down and 5. Ball at the 41-yard line. Andrade, he goes through, and he is across the 40 and down to about the 35-yard line. The way they're spotting it tonight, there's no question he's got the first down. Probably should be about a yard short, but it'll be another first down for the Gadsden Panthers. 19 carries, 71 yards for Alfredo Andrade, and wow, an actual.
I'm going to say 3rd and 1.
Yeah, an actual spot like it's supposed to be, at least till the Whitecap comes over and moves it forward 2 yards. Twins to the left, single receiver to the right. Waiting on it, hand it to Andrade. He's on the right side. He is up the middle, and he is got one man to beat.
It's coming
and he
back.
is to the 10, to the 5, and upended inside the 5-yard line. But
there's a flag
on the play. That'll be a hold at the line, I got to think, is that one was so wide open. This one, you're right, Don, has got to be coming back. As the Panthers are having a party, and the Whitecap says, nope, you got to bring it back, boys. And let's see what the call is going to be officially.
Well, we know what that feels like.
Yes, we do. We've seen it happen a time or 100. And it will be holding on the Gadsden Panthers, and so it'll go from 3rd and 1 and almost a touchdown to 3rd and 11. As the Boo Birds out on the near side, yeah, we've seen that one before. Their 8th penalty of the night. So now move them back to the Wildcat 47-yard line, 3rd down and 11. This may be the gift that Lovington needed.
They've got to take advantage of it.
They got to make
it count here. Yeah, got to play.
And so it'll be 3rd down and 11. And Munoz will be in the shotgun by himself. Empty set. Munoz waits for it. Barks it out. Good snap. Back to pass. 5-step drop. Guns it across the middle. And it is complete. Down at the 30-yard line is sliding in on that is Palomares. He needed 11, and he got 13. And just a breakdown for the Wildcats. 13 yards and a first down for Gadsden. 3 catches, 31 yards, all in the second half for Palomares. 121 through the air for Munoz, 171 through the air for the two-headed quarterback system. Hand it off, Andrade starts it right, brings it back left, inside the 25 to the 23-yard line. It'll be a pickup of 9 for Andrade on his 20th carry of the ball game. As the clock clicks down, under 2 minutes remaining. And you just got the feeling that Gadsden is going to chip everything off the clock they can. Now is the time to find a run stopper. On 2nd down and 1, hand it to Rios. He'll sweep it to the right side. He's got room. He's inside the 20, going for the sideline, inside the 15, down to the 10-yard line before he is knocked down after a 13-yard gain. So it'll be a first down, the 19th first down of the ball game for Gadsden. 32 yards on the ground on 5 carries for Juan Rios, and now it is 1st and goal for the Panthers inside the 10-yard line. 99 seconds to go. 3 points, Lovington hanging on to the lead. Split backs in the backfield. Lovington shifting everybody around on the line. Hand it to Andrade. He'll take it left side, gets away from one, goes to the corner of the end zone, and is going to be stopped just short. It'll be 8 yards for Andrade. He's got 88 yards, and he goes out of bounds, which will stop the clock. It'll be 2nd and goal from the 2. And a timeout taken on the field. 90 seconds to go in the ball game. Gadsden knocking on the door, and Lovington leading by 3. We're back in 30 seconds on Z94 KZOR. And welcome back to Lovington Wildcat football here on Z94 KZOR as the Lovington Wildcats taking the time out to try and preserve some time. And, Dawn, I think that is the right call because you have not been able to stop the run game tonight.
Nope.
And pretty much the Panthers, you've got to think, are going to punch it in. 2nd and goal from the 2.
Yeah, and you've got to have enough time.
You've got to have some time to do something down the field.
To get a touchdown for sure.
And a golden opportunity after a 3rd down holding call made it 3rd and 11, and then Lovington just completely lost the number 1 receiver on the season, Anthony Palamadas, beyond the sticks, and that kept the drive alive. And then it's just been bang, 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 boom, boom, boom. Play 3 yards in a cloud of dust football. In this case, 3, 5, 9, 13, 5, 8 yards. Now it'll be 2nd and goal from the 2. Twins to the left, a single receiver to the right. And what's this whistle about? As the side judge wants another timeout, is this time being taken maybe by the Panthers?
I don't know. Their coach has come out on the field and hollering at the Whitecap.
Or did nobody signaled? I don't know what.
Surely Lovington didn't take another timeout.
Actually, I don't think you can.
That's
I don't think you're allowed to take back-to-back timeouts.
Right. It's just interesting.
We haven't seen any signal. Maybe Coach Fazio is barking about something and it's an official timeout, but he is upset about something. So it'll be 2nd and goal as you hear some play ball calls from both sides of the stands here.
Yeah, it's odd.
I'm not sure what's going on here.
Coach Bailey is out on the field. He's not talking to anybody. He's just watching, I think, trying to gauge what's happening as well.
Yeah, I think so. I'm not sure what the contention is down here. As
refs.
Coach Fazio is giving the reffing crew an earful about something. And he's pointing at something. Now the side judge is escorting him off the field. Normally when he's just telling him to go to the sideline. But normally when that happens, a white hanky comes out or a yellow hanky comes out, and it becomes a 15-yard penalty.
Uh-huh.
And they're still giving that back judge an earful. Where is the yellow hanky here? For delay of game or for unsportsmanlike conduct, a penalty? I mean, they missed a push in the back earlier.
Well, my guess is that they've missed some pushes and some holds on both
They've probably missed
teams.
it on both sides.
Exactly.
Yeah. It's just from my angle, those are the ones I saw. You're across the field from me, so I'm sure you've seen a few the other way too. So anyway, I guess we got it figured out, and so 2nd and goal from the 2-yard line. Split backs in the backfield for the Panthers. High snap handled. Andrade is hitting the backfield but goes forward, and he will be short. He'll be about at the 1-yard line. Alfredo Andrade now 21 carries.
And Lovington is, I was going to say Lovington coaches look like they're calling.
Yeah, they're going to call their second timeout.
Yep.
As they have to at this point.
Right.
Got to save some time. 1:15 to go, and the ball's on the 1-yard line. Lovington with a 3-point lead, and so
they can run the hurry-up offense, pretty well when they need to.
Best case scenario for the Wildcats is the Panthers. Well, best case scenario is they stop them and they don't score.
Sure.
But barring that, best case scenario is they go up by 3, get 6 points.
Exactly.
And then they fail in the point after attempt.
Yes. And
then it's a 3-point, and then you've got a shot if you can, although you've had problems with the kicking game tonight.
Right. At least if you can get down the field quickly, get into field goal range, at least tie it up.
At least have an opportunity there.
Yeah,
so
exactly.
3rd and goal from the 1. Gadsden trying to go back up in this seesaw affair. And a high snap, handed off and stacked up at the line. Rios, why have they not called the whistle? And they finally blow the whistle, and he is going to be short as Rios is short. No gain, and they should have blown that whistle when he was stacked up and forward progress was stopped. As that's, I will question their whistle control here tonight, because it's gone both ways, where progress has been stopped, but they have let play continue long past when it should have. You're going to get somebody hurt doing that, and Lovington will take their third and final time out with 55 seconds remaining in the ball game. And I think everybody in the southern part of New Mexico and the El Paso enclave in West Texas knows that it's either going to be Munoz taking it himself or Andrade taking it. I think you can put 6 guys on one and 5 on the other and pretty much plan on that and see if you can stack it up. Good job by the guys up front that time, Dawn, to stop Rios.
Yeah, really great, back-to-back goal line stands here by Lovington defense. Absolutely.
Well, now they need one more. It is 4th and goal from the 1. Lovington with a 3-point lead, but the Gadsden Panthers knocking at the door, trying to pull the 4-3 upset. Split backs in the backfield. It all probably comes down to this, as they'll go up under center with their backup quarterback Stevens, and he is stopped shy of the goal line. But no, they didn't blow the whistle.
They
still haven't blown a whistle. They stopped him short. If they stopped him when they're going to call touchdown. Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? No, sir. He was stopped at the goal line. They let the play continue long after the forward progress was stopped. And so a gift given by the Zebras to the Panthers, and that will put them up by 3 with 39 seconds to go. If I'm Coach Bailey, I am livid. I am the color of Gadsden maroon over there if I am Josh Bailey. Ooh. That play stopped about 10 seconds before they blew it and decided that the 1-yard touchdown by Stevens was in.
I think the Lovington players were thinking they had him down. He was short.
He was down. He was short.
And
they are supposed to blow the whistle.
Yeah,
when the progress is stopped, they are supposed to blow the whistle. And I said it before. They have let this go entirely too long, too many times. And all you're going to do is get somebody hurt there. In this case,
and Lovington,
in this case, it works for Gadsden, and that they let it go long enough for Stevens. And to Stevens' credit, play until you hear the whistle.
Lovington's D thought the play was stopped,
and it should have been. But you play until you hear the whistle. And
oh boy,
wow, this crew has done an exceptional job, except for their whistle control tonight, and I think you've got one there. So. The point after to come, so now the question is it going to wind up 4 or 5 or 3 points up that Lovington is going to have to get? Anything, if this kick goes through, the Wildcats will have to get a touchdown with 39 seconds and no timeouts. Good timeout there by Coach Fazio, I think, to settle things down. High snap, Kano gets to it, Lovington gets in and almost gets a hand on it, and it'll be good. And with 39 seconds remaining in the ball game, it is Gadsden 32, Lovington 28. We'll just keep it right here, Don, and say a big thank you to our friends at the Lee County Electric Cooperative, Master Plumbers, Lovington Auto Supply Napa, the Miko Companies, First American Bank of Lovington, Stone Oilfield Services, Devon Energy, the Lovington Schools, Man Welding, Cannon Safety, Eunice Pump and Supply, Battle Energy, Eastern New Mexico University, and Bob's Thriftway. It's because of their help and support we can bring you all these Lovington Wildcat and Lady Cat games absolutely free of charge, of course, on 94.1 FM KZOR, the Z94 KZOR app, and provide the video absolutely free of charge. We don't have to ask you for donations or charge you to watch your kids and teams play because of those great sponsors. So be sure you thank them and thank them with your business.
And really, by rights, there should be more than 39 seconds on the clock, because a couple of times that clock.
Yeah, a little hometown timing is going on here. I wasn't going to bring that up. I'm so mad about the other. So. Yeah. And so now, hey, you just need another big return. Give yourself a chance.
If there's any football karma, then Lovington can make this happen in 39 seconds. And
so Kano to kick it away. And he will boot it, and it will be a short kick. It'll bounce. And it is picked up, and Gutierrez will bring it across. He's across the 10, out to the 15, bringing it out to the 20, and gets blown up at the 22-yard line.
Gets his legs cut out from under him.
Yes, he did. So a big hit and a big play down the field for the Gadsden Panthers. I believe that was Ricardo Cervantes who took him right out of his Nikes. So now Lovington has 78, make that 77 yards to go and 31 seconds to do it in. It is touchdown or 3 losses in a row for the Wildcats. And no timeouts in which to do it. Single back in the backfield, back to pass. Prudencio guns it far side and incomplete.
In and out of the hands of Olguin there. He had it, but he just kind of slipped forward. He's trying hard to get out of bounds.
Yeah, and that's what they got to do. They've got to work. If you don't get it out of bounds, it doesn't stop. It will stop on a first down. Supposed to stop on a first down until they set the ball. Then the clock is supposed to roll again, which I'm sure it will for us. So it'll be second down. It doesn't matter that it's second down and 10. There's 26 seconds to go.
You got to have the big play.
It's basically second and 77 from the 23-yard line. Fake the handoff. Dump it. Give it off. That is to Cam. He goes across and he will get out of bounds at the 27-yard line. It's a pickup of 6 to Ochoa. And so it'll be third down and 4. Make it third down and 5. 18 seconds remaining in the ball game. The Wildcats trailing by 4. It is touchdown or bust for Lovington. Got to go to the sideline. Looking to pass. Prudencio guns it far side, and that one is going to skip in. And they call incomplete, and so it'll be fourth down and 5 for the Wildcats. So you got to get a first down here. You got 14 seconds. Really, the way we run things, you got time for 2 plays. You need to get somebody right to the flag, dump it in and get it out. And then you've got 1 shot at the end zone. Everybody on the home side on their feet. The prayers going upstairs on the far side, I'm sure, for the Wildcats. Send a man in motion. Prudencio back to pass. Steps up, is hit just as he lets it go. It is in the middle of the field to Gutierrez, but he is in the middle of the field. They can't call a timeout.
They're done, yeah.
They have to stop the clock while they set the ball.
Right.
And there's 5 seconds to go.
Come on, guys.
He can get up there and spike it. Is waiting for the signal as the coach is telling him run it. The ref didn't tell him to do it, and they will spike the ball with 3 seconds to go. And so 3 seconds to go. You've got 1 play. You know, Eunice against Nemi took a touchdown back using basically the Music City Miracle play and took a kickoff back 97 yards for a touchdown on the last play of the game. So let's see what Lovington's got in them. Do they have a hook and ladder? Do they have a Music City Miracle? Do they have a Hail Mary? What do they have?
They gotta have something.
Trips to the right, single receiver to the left. Pressure comes. They'll throw it to Olguin, and he drops the ball as clock expires. And the Gadsden Panthers have knocked off the Lovington Wildcats to drop Lovington to 5-3 on the season, but more importantly, 2-3 in district. As now Gadsden over Lovington in the district race as well. Our final score tonight, Gadsden 32, Lovington 28. We'll be back with your Devon Energy postgame show right after this as Wildcat football continues in a moment on Z94 KZOR. And welcome back to Lovington Wildcat football as the Cats fall tonight to the Panthers here in Gadsden. Our final score, 32-28. This is your Devon Energy postgame report as we prepare for the Bob Thriftway Coaches Conversation. Big thanks to Devon Energy, proud supporters of all Lee County athletics. For the victorious Gadsden Panthers, their quarterbacks, that would be Munoz and Stevens scores the winning touchdown under questionable circumstances. We'll just leave it at that. But their quarterbacks go a combined 11 of 16 for 171 yards, 1 touchdown, and no interceptions. It was the Alfredo Andrade show. He has 22 carries for 81 yards and 2 rushing touchdowns tonight. Adrian Munoz with 8 carries, 33 yards, and a touchdown, and Stevens with the backbreaker at the very end on the goal line. Leading receiver tonight was Zach Benaharis. He had 3 catches, 84 yards, including a 10-yard touchdown reception. Number 2 was Steven Morales, 3 catches, 47 yards, and Anthony Palomares, 3 catches, 31 yards, including a 13-yarder that kept that last game-winning drive alive for the Gadsden Panthers. So 171 through the air, 158 on the ground, 329 total yards for the Panthers. They were flagged 8 times for 70 yards. They got 19 first downs in the ball game and turned the ball over 1 time. For the Lovington Wildcats, Matthew Prudencio tonight goes 16 of 26 for 234 yards, 2 touchdowns, no INTs. Those touchdowns coming to Elijah Rivero and Jaden Gutierrez. Gutierrez 6 catches for 69 yards tonight. On the ground, Dallas Cardenas picked it up, 13 carries, 61 yards, and a touchdown on the night. He was the leading rusher when you add over, and Kyler Reeves had 1 carry for a yard, but that yard was the opening touchdown of the ball game. 234 through the air, 83 on the ground, 317 total. So the two teams very close in total yardage. Lovington was flagged 7 times for 45 yards, only 9 first downs in the ball game as they kind of sputtered out at the end of the first half and then had a little trouble at the end of the second half as well. So the Wildcats going to have a week to put this one behind them as we head home for what may very well wind up being the final game at home this season. I think Lovington will make the playoffs, but they are going to have to win that ball game next week to keep a home playoff game alive, as they have dug themselves a little bit of a hole as the Deming Wildcats will be in town. Deming always a tough team too, but at least we will get them at home before we have to come back down this way in 2 weeks to take on the Santa Teresa Desert Warriors.
Once again, have we played Deming? If we have, it's been a very long time, hasn't it?
Well, we've been calling Wildcat football here on Z94 now for, this is our, I'm trying to remember, this will be our 11th season, and we have not played Deming, and I've been covering them off and on for the 18 I've been here, now 19 seasons I've been here, and I don't remember us ever going to Deming. Now then, I'm sure they have played each other before, just not in recent memory.
Right. Yeah, it's got to have been quite a while ago. And, of course, I think this may be the first time Deming has ever been in our district, that we've ever shared a district together. Of course, we'd have to go back and look at the records, but it doesn't seem likely that we would have been in the same district as Deming unless it was a very long time ago, more than a couple of decades.
Yeah, so it has probably been a while, as a long meeting as you expect after the heartbreaker tonight here in Gadsden, as the Cats came out rolling in the first half as they scored 2 quick touchdowns, and then it's almost like they got a little complacent seemingly and allowed the Panthers to get back into this when the Panthers actually in the lead at half. Then Lovington came out and then did what they needed to in the second half. I think maybe a little I'm not going to point fingers, but I think a little maybe Southern New Mexico officiating happening here tonight.
Well,
I've never, and I will say this, and they called a really, for the most part, a pretty good game, and I think it was pretty much down the middle. I question and I will question this, and if I get my nasty gram from the NMAA, I will answer to it and tell them my thinking. But when progress is stopped, you've still got guys fighting, and that's fine. But when forward progress is stopped, the whistle should blow, because if you let it continue with no forward progress, it is just going to be you're going to get somebody hurt. And I think that's what it is. And I have never in this is my 29th season. I have never seen a head official come over and change the spot of the ball as many times tonight as this one did, not trusting his lineman. And I'll just leave it at that as we get ready for our Bob Swiftway coaches conversation.
And we'll make it a little quick since that huddle was a little long. And what did you say? I often will come over and hear a lot of the huddle conversation. I didn't tonight. What did you tell the team in the huddle?
Just that we have two choices, and I think I said that a couple weeks ago too. We can feel sorry for ourselves. We can talk about our story 30 years from now, how we started good and it was great, but then we just ran out of gas or whatever. Or we can make a decision right now that our story is going to be still something real special. Hey, we lost our way there a little bit in the middle, and we made a decision together to finish it the right way. And I mean, I don't want us to feel sorry for ourselves. I don't want us to be, I wish it was easier. I want us to get better. That's what Coach Fort's message was to our guys right there at the end. Quit worrying about them. It's hard. I don't care. Let's get better. Let's focus on us. Watch more film. Lift more weights. Try harder in practice. Can't just turn it on. And I feel like right now we're trying to turn it on Friday night sometimes, and that's frustrating.
Got to keep it on. Got to turn the light on, and it takes work. It takes work. And so what's the word going to be for this week in preparation for Deming, a team that TJ and I were just talking. Historically, we know that the two teams probably have played each other before, but it's been a very long time. We're not sure that Deming has ever been in Lovington's. They've been in the same district before. So what's the plan going to be on Friday night at home?
It's about unity for us right now. I think when we're playing for each other, we're still a very, very special football team. I think when we're waiting for somebody else to make the play or looking for something unique to happen instead of just doing our job, that's when we're not very good. That right now, I just want us to fall into each other, and not separate. I think we will. I continue to believe that this team's going to flip a switch and get back to where we're supposed to be.
All right. Well, we'll be there, and safe travels home. Thanks, as always, for talking with us. It's easy to talk after wins. It's a lot harder to talk after a loss, especially these losses that are very close, that are hard fought, that have just been, heartbreaks, and it's tough. So I know it's tough, and we thank you for your graciousness.
Yes, ma'am. Well, I appreciate you guys. I know our fans, my grandparents. I mean, they watch. Everybody's watching, and they really, really appreciate. I know, I've got family and friends all over that watch the YouTube, and so I just really appreciate you guys for coming this far and supporting us.
Well, thank you. It's our pleasure, and we're just the middlemen. They're watching you, Coach. They're watching you and the team. Believe it, every moment, every second, they're watching you, and they're appreciating what you guys are doing, just like we do. So good luck next week, Coach.
Well, I guess the message to them that are watching us, we're going to keep fighting, I promise. Don't give up on us. We're going to keep going.
Excellent. I know you will. Thank you.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you.
Thank you very much to Coach Josh Bailey and Dawn Morgan with our Bob's Thriftway Coaches conversation. And with that, my friends, we will put a wrap on this one as the Cats came out on fire, but at the end, just too much of the home team Gadsden Panthers as Gadsden pulls it out with a last-minute touchdown, 32-28, to take the win and to drop the Cats to 5-3 on the year, 2-3 in district. For Evie Stuber, keeping an eye and an ear on everything back at One Radio Square for Manny V. Producing and engineering tonight for Dawn Morgan Fieldside, I'm TJ Miracle saying so long from Anthony, New Mexico and Gadsden High School. This has been an exclusive presentation of New Walmart Digital and Z94 KZOR Sports. Good night, everybody. Have a great weekend, and thanks for tuning in to Z94 KZOR Hobbs Lovington.